got their head spinning. Yeah, I got their head spinning. It's like I hit the circle button on them. Yeah, I got their head spinning. Ultimania, I swear you don't want an enemy in me. Nope. And in a couple years it might be a mini-me. So, even if you get to me, you know she's avenging me. So don't even mention me, because eventually if it comes spring, T-I-M-E 2025, I'm bringing back MTV. Baggy blue jeans, Carmelo jersey, and my bitch is cold, looking something like a Furby. I'ma play, make it like, go for a Vic. I'ma play, make it like, go for a Vic. I'ma play, make it like, go for a Vic. I'ma play, make it like, go for a Vic. I'ma play, make it like, go for a Vic. I'ma play, make it like, go for a Vic. I'ma play, make it like, go for a Vic.
I wanted the word cuppa.
I'ma play, make it like, go for for Vic. Oh, for Vic.
What's up, chat? Dude, we have not had anything to talk about for like a month now. When was the Rob Refsnyder signing? Was it about a month ago? We haven't had jack squat to talk about. So I figured we got to go live at some point and get some live viewers in here and talk it up with you guys. And since the Mariners are apparently never going to do anything, we're just gonna do it ourselves, and we're going to go and select our top 50 greatest Mariners of all time. That's gonna be the plan today, chat. So let me know in the comments who all's here. Dorian, Colton, it's good to see you boys. Haven't been in a live stream in a while. Honestly, I can't blame you. We haven't had one in a while. There hasn't been anything to talk about. Scott Landon, what's up, guys? You took a photo with Gerald Peter Dipoto. Let's go. You rizzed him up. Let's go. Did you ask him to actually make a freaking move? You got an extension yesterday. Yo, Manny signed on for another year. Another year in the big leagues for Manny. We love to see it. We love to see that. So today, chat, what we're going to do is we're going to go over and that's also 2 years, by the way, Manny. Shout out to Manny. What a legend. Shout out to Manny. That's our GOAT right there. What we're going to do today is we're going to go over the top 50 greatest Mariners. This is obviously something that the Mariners are doing, I think, in August, like August 8th or something like that, at T-Mobile Park, where to celebrate 50 seasons, they are showing off the 50 greatest Mariners. Colton, with the 8 months, says Mariners is signing Brendan Donovan on Tuesday. They're trading for him, not signing him, but I'm in. And then 29 months for Dorian. You're going to let that happen, Manny? 29 months for Dorian. Get mogged, Manny. Tough. Casey Sadler's #1 spot. I don't think we get to rank them as to who's the best, which is unfortunate. We just get to go through the list and say who the best is. So I wish there was a way to rank them, but nonetheless, chat, we're going to go through. We're going to do the 50 greatest Mariners, go through that list and submit that. And I'm going to get your guys' feedback while we're doing it. And then obviously, if someone's watching this afterwards, they can comment if we missed anyone or what have you. So without further ado, my goodness, Elijah Simmons just subscribed. Shout out to Elijah Simmons. Appreciate that. Without further ado, chat, let's go over here. Can you guys still hear me? You guys can still hear me. Okay. So I feel like we're going to get some of the obvious ones out of the way here first. Bob Stinson. I'm sorry, I don't necessarily know who Bob Stinson is. Mellow the Jello says, Danny Berger's #1, no contest. You're speaking my love language. You are speaking my love language. That's right. It's giving me your guys' ats again, so it's hard to know who's who here. Brandon League, Jack Cuss, #1. Brendan Donovan, #1. #1, we're going to put, I mean, at this point, Cal Raleigh's already the greatest catcher in Mariners history, and he's only, 4 or 5 years into his career. He's definitely the greatest catcher in the history of this team. Obviously, Dan Wilson, not only for his playing days, but also now for his career as a coach, obviously needs to be on there. Dave Valley. Where are we at with Dave Valley, chat? Is Dave Valley one of the top 50 Mariners in the history of this game? On ones like this, I want you guys to vote. I want you guys to tell me, is Dave Valley a top 50? Is anyone else on this catcher's list a top 50? Kenji Jojima, for example, could he be a top 50? I mean, if we're looking at stats and whatnot, I feel like, how do I get out of this? Let's just pull up some stats really quick. Let's go Kenji Jojima. So with the Mariners, you bought Mexico versus USA World Baseball Classic nosebleed seats, $200 a piece. Is that in Florida? So 5.3 WAR in the 4 years that Kenji was with the Mariners. He had a good first couple of years. I mean, put up 2.6 and 1.6 WAR, hit 14 and 18 home runs, and put up an OPS plus of 103 and 101. But is he on this list? I don't think that we can put him on this list yet. I don't think so. Anyway, how about Dave Valley? Let's check out Dave Valley. Landon says yes to Dave Valley. So looking at Valley, he was with the M's for 10 years. He put up a 9.4 WAR, 235, 311, 371 with a 682 OPS and an 87 OPS plus. It's not like a fantastic career, but I think we hold on to Dave Valley right now, and then we can put him on there if we still need some people here at the end. What do you guys think? I want to make sure that we get to knock out all the easiest ones first. So let's just keep it at Cal Raleigh and Dan Wilson, and unless you got yes to Dave. Or that's two people saying yes to Dave. We're putting Dave Valley in there. What about Mike Zunino, chat? Now this is going to be a tough one. I personally think that Mike Zunino is the third best catcher in Mariners history behind Cal and Dan. Do you guys agree with that? I personally think that Mike Zunino is the third best catcher behind Cal and Dan. Let's take a look at Zunino's numbers here. If all else fails, he's one that just misses. Yeah, I mean, if need be, we can take him off. So Mike Z put up in 6 years, he put up a 7 WAR with the Mariners. He hit 207, 276, 406 with an 89 OPS plus. He did hit, however, 95 home runs with the Mariners. 95. He held the record by a Mariners catcher until, of course, it was broken by Cal Raleigh now multiple times over with 25 in 2017. You think Tom Murphy is the third best? Man. I mean, if he would have not been hurt all the time, that could have been true. How do we feel about Mike Zunino, chat? Let me know. Let me know in the chat if we think that Mike Zunino should be in the Mariners top 50. We're going to keep it going, though. Scrolling through designated hitter, Edgar Martinez, Nelson Cruz, zero question about it. They're top 50. Duh. Edgar's a Hall of Famer. Nelson Cruz is had the greatest 4-year run I can remember as a Mariner. And there's Daniel Vogelbach. Now, you guys know my affinity. There's a Vogelbach jersey right back there. I should have worn it for this. I should have worn the Vogie jersey for this. It's like the cutoff sleeves, the All-Star Game jersey. Dang it. Ken Phelps. Now, Ken Phelps is a sneaky one. A lot of people, just because it was so long ago, are not super familiar with Ken Phelps as a DH for the Mariners. So, with Seattle, he put up a 9.6 WAR. He hit 249, 392, 521 with a 913 OPS with the Mariners. Good for a 145 OPS plus. Is that 105 home runs? He hit 105 home runs with the Mariners. I truly think we need to consider putting Ken Phelps on this list. I do. What about you guys? You guys think that we should put Ken Phelps on this list? I think that he might deserve a spot. He had over a 900 OPS with the Mariners. Hit 105 home runs. That's some crazy numbers. I know. I'm just gonna click Vogelbach just until we get to a point where we maybe need to take somebody off, and then he could be the first one off. But it just feels good to have him on this list. What's up, Mike? Hey, you guys, don't forget to like the video. I heard it increases the Seahawks' chance to win tonight. Thoughts? Dustin Ackley is the GOAT for 35 months, Mike. Oh my God, 35 months. Dustin Ackley, yeah, Dustin Ackley's going on this list for sure. The real Creed Bratton, Seth Smith, Vogelbach, and then Mitch Haniger. Those are our top 3. Gary, Seth Smith, I'm in. Yeah, I feel like we have to put Ken Phelps on this list. Ken Phelps, I think, is one of the most underrated Mariners of all time. Just simply because he played with the Mariners from, 83 through 80 into 88. The Mariners, those teams sucked, so nobody was really paying attention to who was on those teams. So I think we're going to put Ken Phelps on there for now. So that we got Vogie, Edgar, Ken Phelps, and Nelson Cruz. We have all 4 of them in the as one of the top 50. I don't necessarily know if Vogelbach's going to fall off, let's be honest. But moving on here to infielders, obviously Adrian Beltre, Alvin Davis, Brett Boone. We're going to get rid of the obvious ones here. Let's see. Where's Gino at on this list, right? Harold Reynolds. People aren't going to like this. But J.P. Crawford is one of the top 50 greatest Mariners of all time. Absolutely. Did I already scroll past Kyle Seager? No. John Olerud, probably a top 5 Mariner. Top 50. Is Josh Naylor already on this top 50 list? He is arguably the greatest first baseman in Mariners history. Already. Just from, like, if he continues on this pace, I think that he could be one of the best Mariners of all time. But we're going to keep going here. Kyle Seager, of course. There's a lot of interesting names on here. 2006 All-Star, Jose Lopez, that's true. Omar Vizquel, Richie Sexson, Robbie Cano, of course, is on there. Tino's on there. Okay, there's going to be a lot of questions with the infielders. All right, so let's go from the top. I just need yes or no answers in the chat. Here we go. Is Adam Frazier a top 50 Mariner of all time? He had one of the biggest hits in the playoffs in 2022 that helped send the Mariners to the American League Division Series. Let me know in the chat. Is Adam Frazier a top 50 player? Known good guy Omar Vizquel. Yeah, he kind of blew that, didn't he? Mike Ford snubbed. Hey, we're going through it again. So let's go. Adam Frazier in his 1 year with the Mariners. Did I spell his name wrong? Is it F-R-I? No. How the hell do you spell this guy's name? Oh. That's really embarrassing, Jen. I knew that. You don't think about it. He's 51st. Adam Frazier's Dookie. What are you guys talking about? That was our leadoff hitter, guys. 1 year with the Mariners, he put up .9 more. All right, we'll 80 OPS plus. All right, we're gonna skip past that. Now, Adrian Beltre is an interesting one. Because obviously we know what he went on to become, but with the Mariners, is he worth a top 50 vote? With Seattle, he put up a 20.2 WAR. Never mind. Absolutely, he's worth it. He hit 266, 317, 442. Good for a 101 OPS. Plus, he hit 103 home runs in that time frame. Is Adrian Beltre a top 50 Mariner? Can we agree on that? That Adrian Beltre is a top 50 Mariner? I think we can. But let me know in the chat. Is Adrian Beltre a top 50 Mariner? He put up over 20 WAR as a Seattle Mariner. Albeit a lot of that was defensive WAR. So, but I'm leaning towards yes on this one. Maybe. Perfect. I'm just going to do it. Thanks for nothing, Manny. Probably 67th. Got it. See? Gotcha. Okay. Brad Miller. I love Crazy Legs. I don't think Brad Miller cracks this. Wait, can we just click like this? Oh my God. Does this show me just Mariners numbers? I could have done this the whole time. Oh, but it doesn't let me, like, sort by just Mariners, does it? Unfortunate. Okay. Never mind. Yes for Beltre. Yeah, Beltre. If Beltre is top 50, then so is Richie Sexson. We're getting there. It might be. Brad Miller, I don't think... I mean, he became a pretty good player, but I don't think that he was a top 50 with the Mariners, unfortunately. He did become a pretty good player who hit like 30 home runs 1 year, but with the Mariners, he put up a 3.7 WAR. I mean, no Brad. All right, Bruce Bochy. Let's take a look at his numbers here. Again, a guy from, probably before a lot of people were paying a lot of attention to the Seattle Mariners. Am I spelling this wrong? No, it's C. Probably before a lot of people were paying attention to the Mariners. He was a Mariner from 78 to 82. 5 years with the Mariners, he put up a 10.1 WAR with a 119 OPS plus. He hit 58 home runs, 290, 370, 429. Is Bruce Bochy, is he a Is he a top 50 Mariner of all time? First baseman, left fielder? Let me know, chat. Let me know if we need to include him. I see a no from Manny. Bruce has to be. He's still a top 5 in quite a few categories. Okay. I'm kind of split on this one. He might make the back end. Yeah, I mean, if we had to rank these guys in like a tier list, I think it would be different, but let's keep him in our back pocket. Okay, so we'll come back to Bruce Bochy at some point if need be. Carlos Guillen. Everybody loves Carlos Guillen, right, guys? Let's see his numbers with the Mariners. Bruce Bochy's long lost brother. Okay, so Bochy we're gonna have in our back pocket if we need some more guys here at the end. But with the Mariners, Carlos Guillen, 93 OPS plus, 264, 335, 383. I don't know if so we have Dave Valley and we have Bruce Bochy as our two kind of fill-ins here. I just put Daniel Vogelbach in for my own personal happiness, so he's not going to make the list. But I don't think we put Carlos Guillen in, personally. I don't think Carlos Guillen's in there. Carlos Santana, just not enough time with the organization. He was huge for this team when he was here, but he doesn't make this list. Craig Reynolds, by the way, not Harold Reynolds. I'm not going to lie. I don't know who this is. I don't know who Craig Reynolds is. Oh, he's wearing an Astros hat in his picture. Yes, for both Carlos and Bruce. Interesting. We have Carlos Guillen making the list, huh? Craig Reynolds played for 2 years. All right, he was a Houston Astro. He's not making the list. Never mind. Daeho. I absolutely love Daeho Lee. He can't make this list. I love Daeho Lee. He wasn't here very long. He didn't do a great job. Or he did a fine job, but I love him. He can't be on here. Dan Meyer. Again, I have no idea who this is. Who is Dan Meyer? This guy. Where's Justin Topa? He might be in there. Is that a negative 6.4 WAR? He had a negative. Okay, I don't even know why I'm looking. He had a negative WAR. Darnell Coles. Let's see. Why am I typing in caps? Dave Valley is a fill-in. Yes to Daeho. I mean, I love Daeho Lee. I do. I don't think he can make this list. But I'm looking at some of the guys after him, and I'm maybe changing my mind. How was David Bell as a Mariner? How was he? David Bell. So David Bell as a Mariner, 5.9 WAR. Okay. He had a 90 OPS plus. He hit 47 homers with the Mariners, the most of any of his tenures. I don't think that David Bell makes the list. That's another guy though that I think makes sense to have in our back pocket in case we do decide to go that route. So we're going to hold on to David Bell. Dave Segui. This is a guy that Joe and I often forget when we are doing like sporkles and stuff. For some reason, we just never remember his name. He was only a Mariner for 2 years. He had hit 300, 356, 473 with a 112 OPS. And when was he here? He was 90s, right? 99, 98. Okay, so, part of some good Mariners teams, but I don't think Dave Segui makes this list. Doug Strange may make this list, chat. Doug Strange may make this list. He was pretty integral to the 1995 Seattle Mariners. He only put up a .6 WAR though, 251, 305, 361 with a 71 OPS, OPS plus. Never mind. I'm sorry, Doug Strange, you don't make the list. Although I do love Doug Strange. D. Strange Gordon. True. Elite name. Yeah, that's a good name. Okay, now we're going to get a little bit more recent, chat. Is Dylan Moore a top 50 Mariner of all time? I think he might be. Simply just because of how long he spent with the organization. he put up a 7.2 WAR with the Mariners in his tenure here, a 97 OPS plus, 206, 310, 383. Like, he's another one that I feel like we have on the cusp. Another guy on the cusp. So we'll have to come back to him. But I mean, he spent 7 years in the organization. You know, he hit what? He hit only 63 home runs. I don't know. Throwing to home weighted belong pitching is not a top 50, but against the Astros specifically, true. We'll keep Dylan Moore in our back pocket. Eugenio Suarez, chat. I know that everybody is feeling some sort of way about his 2025 with the Mariners. He had a 6.8 WAR in 3 years with the Mariners. He hit 227, 317, 424 with a 112 OPS plus. He hit 66 home runs with the Mariners in over 3 years. Is Eugenio Suarez a top 50 Mariner of all time? He had one of the biggest hits in Mariners history with that grand slam to right field that literally brought me to tears. You think Demo's an obvious yes? Yeah, I mean, it's more than just the numbers for these guys too. Like Demo, I think I think I'm gonna put Demo on there because he had some huge moments for the Mariners, some memorable moments for the Mariners. So I think I am gonna put Demo on there, and I think that because I think this has to go further than just their career stats, because you guys, I mean, everyone knows that stats obviously play a huge role, and if we're only looking at offensive stats at how good they were, but you know, some of these guys were really good defensively, or like in Gino's case, he had one of the biggest hits in Mariners history. Mitch Haniger win. Once we get down to the outfielders, Mitch Haniger will be on there. Yeah, we have to look at more than just the numbers, which is again what we were talking about earlier. We need to think about like Dave Valley, great for the community, great guy. That's another one that I think we need to look into. So the postseason was the most stressful few weeks of my life. Same. I wanted to throw up every single day. Chat, I'm putting Gino and Demo both on the top 50. Now, obviously, there's recency bias there. But that's one of the reasons why I thought about Doug Strange. Yeah, he was originally a throw-in and then ended up being the best part of that deal. That is true. Evan White, I really thought that he had a chance. I really did. Jesse Winker just for the fight. True. I really thought Evan White had a chance. He did not. Gene Segura, the mean hitting Gene the hit machine. Sent him to the All-Star game. I mean, 2 years, he put up 7.1 WAR with the Mariners. He had a 112 OPS plus, 302, 345, 421. I mean, he was good when he was here. The only problem was he was also kind of not a good person. He started fights in the clubhouse and whatnot. Like, where are we at with Gene Segura, chat? Because he was good in just 2 years. He was good. Yes, because he got us JP. True. I mean, JP's on the list, so Gene has to be on the list, right? He was in the Mitch Haniger deal. A negative 2.1 WAR. Yeah, he was bad with the Marlins. He was so bad with the Marlins. Yeah. And there's a reason he didn't play after that. So I think you have to put Gene on there. I think I agree. Just based on the numbers alone, I think we have to put Gene on there. I'm gonna put him on there. Jim Presley. Maybe one of the more underrated Mariners of all time. He only put up a 3.3 WAR. That's actually crazy to me. Gene is a no. Segura also cost us Ketel Marte. I mean, that's true. And Taijuan Walker. But we also got Mitch Haniger in that deal. So 6 years with the Mariners, Jim Presley, a 3.3 WAR with a 93 OPS plus. I don't think we can put Jim Presley on there, unfortunately. Joey Cora. Little Joey Cora. Here comes Joey. Here is Junior to third base. Jim Presley is 10 times the player Segura was. I mean, stats-wise, that is not true. Stats-wise, that's not true. For Jim Presley, considering the era for the M's. Okay, if you guys, we'll throw Jim Presley on there. We'll throw Jim Presley on there. It sounds like everyone wants to have Jim Presley, so I'm in. For Joey Cora, 6.4 WAR, 98 OPS plus. He hit 293, 355, 406. Little Joey have to do it. Bet. All right, so we're putting Jim Presley on there. We're putting Joey Cora on there. That's fine. I think that's fair. I think that's completely fair. But we're gonna have to go back through this list at the end, chat, and we're gonna have to take some people off, I think, because I think we're gonna run out. Jorge Polanco. Jorge Polanco. Oh wait, did I put Bruce Bochy on there? Here, I'll click him too. Where are we at with Polo? Because he had a good year. I don't even need to look up his stats. Polo had one good year with the Mariners, but he was huge for the Mariners in 2025. Torn on Polanco. I'm sorry, Mike. I was moving on. First ALCS in decades. Right. Jose Lopez was an all-star, so we're not to Jose Lopez yet, Manny. Guys, we're talking about Jorge Polanco. Yeah, yes for Polanco. He's a dark horse of our best season in history. No, Jorge. Man. I feel like this one might deserve a poll. Hold on. Let's make a poll. I need all of you guys to vote in this poll. Jorge Polanco. Let me know. We're gonna run this for like a minute, so or until we get enough votes. I want to see where we're at with Jorge Polanco. Split right now, 4-4. Yeah, I mean, again, he had one good year, one bad year, so that's what makes this so difficult, right? One good year, one bad year for Jorge Polanco. Make sure you guys vote in the poll here so we can make our decision. But man, 50-50, 16 votes, 50-50. You told me that, man. Why didn't you send it to me? Jorge took the money in New York City and ran. Okay. I mean, I'm not going to put them on here unless we have like a majority vote. So I guess I'm going to leave Polo off right now. It went for a minute. I'm going to leave Polo off for right now. And we'll just go from there. Okay. Looking at Jose Lopez. Jorge gets in, Jose Lopez gets in. I mean, I think Jose Lopez might get in anyway. But with the Mariners, Jose Lopez, 10.2 WAR. He hit 266, 297, 400 with an 86 OPS. Plus, he hit 80 home runs with the Mariners. I'm thinking that we might need to put... I mean, 10.2 WAR is pretty nasty. I think we need to put Jose Lopez in there. Jose Lopez is more nostalgic. I agree. I agree with that. It's kind of a nostalgia pick, but, you know, what are you going to do? I think we put Jose Lopez on this list. What do you guys think? I'm getting a few yeses, so I'm going to go with Jose Lopez. Josh Naylor, I want to put Josh Naylor on there. No to Jose Lopez. All right, fine. We're making another poll. Jose Lopez. Vote the poll, chat. Another poll has hit the timeline. Check Discord, bet. While you guys are voting in the poll, I'm going to look at this picture from Manny. Oh my god, you look so dapper. Why do you look so dapper? Where was this at, Manny? Oh, is this in Victory Hall? Had to be Victory Hall, right? Naylor, no. Too early. Yeah. I think if this was a few years down the line, the answer is yes. If this was a few years down the line, I would say yes. But I don't think Naylor makes this list yet. All right, looks like kind of like an overwhelming majority for Jose Lopez. So I am putting Jose Lopez on the list. Julio Cruz, chat. Julio Cruz, sneaky one, sneaky one. How do you know? I could tell. I've been in there. I've been into Victory Hall. What do you mean? Yeah, unfortunately, I love Josh Naylor. I just can't put him on this list yet. 12.8. Oh, not even a question. Julio Cruz is on this list. I'm sorry, chat. Julio Cruz is on the list. Lenny Randle. Rest in peace, Lenny Randle. The guy who blew the ball over the foul line. One of the funniest moments in Mariners history, Lenny Randle. He only played in the Mariners for 2 years, had a .4 WAR. But he did have a fun moment. He had a fun moment by blowing the ball across the foul line. But unfortunately, I don't think that is enough to warrant him making this list. But moving on to Luis Sojo. Mark McLemore is going to be on this list too. I don't know why I didn't just select him outright. Luis Sojo, another guy that Joe and I often forget to put back on the list. I'm going to zoom this out a little bit. So with the Mariners, Luis Sojo, a 1.5 WAR with a 66 OPS plus. Was that ruled obstruction? I mean, it was just ruled that it was a base hit. Yeah, they just ruled it a base hit. But Luis Sojo, 1.5 WAR, 262, 300, 370 with a 72 OPS plus. 7 or 8 home runs. Is that where home runs are at? No, home runs are here. He hit 14 home runs with the Mariners. I don't think that we can include Luis Sojo in this list, chat, which is unfortunate. Mark McLemore, I'm not even going to look at his stats. I know that he's on this list, so we're putting Mark McLemore on this list. Mike Blowers, blow. I mean, obviously great in the broadcast booth for the time that he was here. Looking at his numbers, 5.9 WAR, 270, 343, 448 with a 106 OPS plus. He hit 55 home runs with the Mariners. Where are we at with Mike Blowers? Yeah, I agree. I agree. He was fun. Luis Sojo was fun, but he's not in the top 50. I did the homer prediction. True. That's also true. He has some great moments in Mariners history. Yes to Blowers. Yeah, beyond the field impact. Okay. I agree. I agree with that. How much WAR is good commentating? Great question. Mike Ford, chat. The GOAT. Another beef boy, Mike Ford. DH Mike Ford. Omar Vizquel, you know what? Omar Vizquel, the person, doesn't get to be on here. But how was he as a Mariner? How was Omar Vizquel as a Mariner? Put up 10.3 WAR. With a 78. Yeah, Omar Vizquel. Sorry, buddy. You're not making the list. Richie Sexson. This one, I'm leaning yes on Richie Sexson. Why is there no? Oh, there wasn't a T. Okay. He was probably mid anyway. True. I'm leaning yes for Richie Sexson. He put up a 5.5 WAR. He had 244, 334, 474 with a 114 OPS plus and 808 OPS. He hit 105 home runs, right? 105 home runs with the Mariners. I think if you hit over 100 home runs with the Mariners, you're probably just immediately on this list. Thoughts? Comments? Questions? Concerns? Yeah, he's probably closer to the maybe category. But I think I'm leaning yes, at least for right now. If we have to take him off later, that's fine. Spike Owen. Unfortunately, I don't think Spike Owen makes this list. But let's see. Spike Owen with the Mariners, 3.3 WAR with a 74 OPS plus. He hit 301, 327, 628. Are we putting Spike Owen on this list, chat? Are we putting Spike Owen on this list? You'd pick Russell the Muscle over Sexton? Yeah, why is Russell Branyan not on this list, by the way? Why can't we pick Russell Branyan? Ty France is a maybe. Let's go look at Ty France's numbers. Ty France. .3 WAR. Is Ty sneakily on this list with a 120 OPS plus? Ty might be a sneaky guy on this list. I think Ty's a sneaky guy to have on this list, chat. Save his spot for Ty France. Yeah. I'm thinking that we're putting Ty France on this list. I'm doing it. I love Ty France. I love Ty France. Willie Boom Boom. Last of the infielders. The last of the infielders, chat. Ty pushing top 40, yeah. 3.1 WAR for Willie Bloomquist, 72 OPS plus. He hit 259, 314, 318 with a whole, 7 home runs. How do we feel about Willie Bloomquist? Like, Willie Bloomquist obviously is a guy who you look back on fondly as a Seattle Mariner. He was a utility guy. He put up 3.1 WAR in 9 years. Like, he wasn't good. Yeah, top 50 in your heart, but not top 50 numbers-wise. I agree. Unfortunate. Okay, so that does it for the infielders. A recap here, chat, of where we're at so far. Catchers, we have Cal Raleigh, Dan Wilson, and Dave Valley. Designated hitters, we have Daniel Vogelback until I have to take him off. Edgar Martinez, Ken Phelps, and Nelson Cruz. Infielders, we have Adrian Beltre, Alex Rodriguez, Alvin Davis, Brett Boone, Bruce Boakty, Dylan Moore, Eugenio Suarez, J.P. Crawford, Harold Reynolds, Gene Segura, Jim Presley, Joey Cora, Jose Lopez, John Olerud, Julio Cruz, Kyle Seager, Mark McLemore, Mike Blowers, Richie Sexton, Robinson Cano, Tino Martinez, and Ty France. Those are our guys so far. Now we get into our top 50 outfielders. I'm going to go through and just select the obvious ones already. So Ichiro, duh. Jay Buhner, duh. Julio Rodriguez, in my opinion, chat, no to A-Rod, yes to A-Rod. He is one of the greatest players in Mariners history. You can't say no to A-Rod. Is Cano on this list? He is, yep. Julio Rodriguez is already a top 50 player in Mariners history. 100%. Not even, there's zero question about that. Ken Griffey Jr., obviously. Senior, no. Kevin Mitchell, Kyle Lewis, won a Rookie of the Year. So Mike Cameron, of course. Mitch Haniger, we'll wait to put Hanny on there. Randy Wynn, Raul Ibanez, Ricky Henderson, Rupert Jones, chat. He was my grandma's favorite player, so like I want to put him on there because of that, but we'll see when we get there. I want to put him on there because of that. Okay, let's go through the outfielders. Al Coens. I don't know who that is. Al Coens. Yes, for the vibes for senior. Raul, for sure. What are your thoughts on Cano? I love Robinson Cano. Cano's absolutely on this list, yeah. Cano stays on this list. He is one of the greatest. His tenure with the Mariners was fantastic. Okay, Al Coens, 2.1 WAR, 96 OPS plus. He played here for 5 years. 255, 301, 422, 723. How do we feel? How do we feel about Al Coens? This man I've never heard of. When was he with the Mariners? From 82 to 86. Yeah, Willie Mo Pena was lit. Willie Mo Pena was pretty cool. Where's Boomstick? He was a DH, Dorian. He was in the DH section, not the outfield section. Franklin Gutierrez, W. We're saying no. Put Raul and Franklin on there? Yeah, I'm sure I will. I'm thinking that's probably the plan. All right. No Al Coens. Got you. Danny Tartable. Is Mike Cameron on this list? Yes. Danny Tartable with the Mariners, 2.3 WAR in 3 years. He had a 130 OPS plus. He hit 277, 354, 498 with an 853 OPS. He had 28 home runs and 110 RBI. Danny Tartable, chat. 130 OPS plus. I mean, where are we at? If we got to search these names, I think that gives you an answer. I mean, there are some good ones out there that we're just kind of, on, right? Danny Tartable's a guy, when you look at his numbers, he was good. I mean, 130 OPS plus is pretty freaking solid. You know what I mean? But I'm receiving no feedback from you guys on Danny Tartable, so I'm going to assume he's a no. Hendu, Dave Henderson. I feel like we have to put Hendu on here not only for his career. How many spots left for outfield? You can pick as many as you want. You could do only the outfielders if you wanted to. I feel like we have to put Hendu on this list. So 7.7 WAR with the Mariners, 357, 317, 433 with a 104 OPS plus. And he was like bigger than just a player for the Mariners. Obviously, a lot of after he retired work that he did. So Dave's a yes. Okay. Hendu's a yes. I'm glad we agree. Goody. People look back on Franklin Gutierrez's career with the Mariners, and it is such a what if, right? Because he was hurt so often that it made it kind of hard to see his true potential. But he put up 13 WAR in 7 years with a 100 OPS plus. He hit 257, 312, 409 with 74 home runs and 268 RBI. I think that you have to go with Goody. I think that we're going to put him on there for now. And if we have to, because once we get to the pitchers, chat, this is going to get really hard. Because there's a lot of guys on the pitchers list that are like good. 2015 Goody, 292, 354, 620 with a 167 OPS plus, 15 homers, only 35 RBI, 6.6 WAR. Yeah, in 09. Yeah, Goody was solid. I'm down to put Goody on this list for now. Ruben Sierra and Stan Javier over Goody for sure. Okay. Well, I'm gonna click on Goody, and then once we get to those guys, we'll once we need to take people off the list, we will go through and figure that out. Henry Cotto. I'm just gonna look this guy up. I don't know who he is, so I'm assuming he's not gonna be 2.9 WAR, 86 OPS plus, 260. I'm gonna say no on this guy, chat. I'm just gonna make the decision. Jeffrey Leonard. Let's go with Jeffrey Leonard. Later, Illinois issued an arrest warrant. Really? I didn't see Justin Smoke anywhere. Yeah, he's not on this list. Believe it or not, Justin Smoke is not on this list. For whatever reason, he is not on this list. I don't know why. I think that he could have at least gotten a mention, you know what I mean? Okay. Jeffrey Leonard. With the Mariners, -1 WAR. Okay. How was Senior with the Mariners? Like, is it more than just the numbers with Senior? I feel like it might have to be more than just the numbers with Senior, right? Because he had a 1.2 WAR in 2 years, but he had an OPS plus of 142. He hit 327, 410, 457. Like, Senior was good. He hit 4 home runs in those 2 years. But I think that Senior, because obviously the back-to-back home runs. Literally, Ken Griffey Sr., hit 4 home runs with the Mariners, and just so happened that one of them were back-to-back with his son. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy to me. That one of those 4 home runs, he went back-to-back with his son. Insane. Vibes alone, go for it. Yeah, I mean, 142 OPS plus is solid for Ken Griffey Sr. Like, that's fantastic. Finished his career at age 41 in Seattle. I think I'm going to put Senior on there for now, just to, you know. If Naylor isn't in yet, Senior can't be in. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Man, it's like, because, I mean, Senior played 2 years, whereas Naylor played half a season. And I think, yeah, the big part is of it is like the other stuff, not necessarily his numbers, but his, like, you know, playing with his son and whatnot. I mean, bro birthed, well, he didn't do all the work, but he helped create Ken Griffey Jr., you know? Maybe more home runs if he got more at-bats. Yeah, that's true. Kevin Mitchell. Just going to do a quick little search here. And, let's see. Seattle, 0.3 WAR. Okay, see you later, Kevin Mitchell. Kyle Lewis, great year. Great year, right? But you can't put him on there. Leon Roberts is an interesting one. Senior seeded the GOAT. Okay. Okay, Chad. Leon Roberts, 9.6 WAR over 3 years. He had a 120 OPS plus, 276, 349, 458. He hit 47 home runs in those 3 years. I think that he needs to be on here. Yeah, I mean, Lewis was Rookie of the Year. It was COVID season. Like, the same thing with Evan White. Like, he was Gold Glove, but it was COVID season, so it was only 60 games. So it's like, eh. The Mitchells were legit. Kevin Mitchell and Jeffrey Leonard, I remember as Giants. That's fair. Oh, Kevin Mitchell never played for the Giants. Comments, questions, concerns? Yeah, Leon Roberts, one of the better bats of the 70s. Yeah, I think that we need to put Leon Roberts on here. Because guy was kind of the GOAT in the early years for the Mariners when the Mariners absolutely sucked. He was one of the bright spots of that team. I'm putting Leon Roberts on here. I have to. Michael Saunders. Man, Mondo Sondo is another guy who was always hurt. But when he was traded to the Blue Jays, he became very good. Mets, my bad, got you. 5.6 WAR in 6 years for the Condor. He hit 231, 301, 384 with a 94 OPS plus. He is with the Mariners as he's with the Mariners as a, I think, base running coach right now. I saw him a lot down in spring training this year. So, can we make a troll ballot? Yes. It's kind of funny that Kelnick isn't even on the ballot. Of course he's not. Dude was butt cheeks. Poor JK. Poor JK. Where are we at with the Condor, chat? He was all right, but he wasn't great with Seattle. But he did spend 6 years here. Like, that's not a short amount of time. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Is that what I wanted to do? No. What did I want to do here? Hold on, chat. I'm throwing. What did I do? Did it crash? There we go. The hell? That was weird. No Condor? Fair. Yeah, okay. Mike Cameron on the list? Yeah, he's on there. My chat, like, everything crashed. Hold on, chat. Things are being weird. Okay. Michael Saunders and Justin Smoke, one of the worst trades in franchise history. It's pretty bad. Okay, so it sounds like we are not putting the Condor on here. The dark times, that's true. Henderson's on here. Hendu's on here. Yeah, don't you worry. Dave Henderson's on here. Mickey Brantley, the father of Michael Brantley. I don't think he makes this list. Mitch Haniger. I'm clicking him. Mitch Haniger was so good for this team. It's just another guy where injuries really disrailed him, which sucks. But Mitch Haniger was so good for this baseball team. 15.2 WAR over 6 years with the Mariners, a 119 OPS plus. He had 254, 329, 457. Absolutely, Mitch Haniger makes this list, no doubt in my mind. Phil Bradley. I think Phil Bradley might have to make this list, chat. Because he is arguably a top 4 left fielder in Mariners history. Yeah, Mitch Haniger's got to be on there. Remember getting Malik Smith? You were amped the first or the second time? I think that we have to put Phil Bradley on here. He's like a top 5 left fielder in Mariners history. 124 OPS plus. He hit 301, 382, 449. He hit 52 homers. I think we're putting Phil Bradley on this list, chat. Nickname B. Radley. That's right. So speaking of left fielders, chat. Randy Arozarena. Is he there yet? Is Randy Arozarena on this list yet? Where is he at WAR-wise in his season and a half? Randy Arozarena. Because he's arguably one of the best left fielders in Mariners history. He's already put up a 5 WAR in 2 years. Ryan Presley just retired. Yes, he did. 119 OPS plus, 236, 340, 414 with 32 homers and 99 RBI. He's close but no. And Randy is a yes. I'm going to make a poll for this one. Randy Arozarena. I'll make a poll for this one. Let me know, chat. Let me know what you guys think. I'm not gonna, I don't want to sway the vote, so I'm not going to tell you what I was about to say. But not quite here yet. I think that's a fair sentiment. I think that's a fair sentiment. I'll wait until we get 15 votes and then I'll end the poll. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, in terms of left fielders throughout the Mariners' tenure, it's been Raul Ibanez, Randy Wynn, Phil Bradley, and Randy Arozarena, in terms of the best left fielders in Mariners history. So 12 votes, 67% yes. We might be throwing Randy on there, chat. We might be throwing Randy on there. Hart says yes, Head says no. Well, right. Is it one of those situations where it's he needs a few more years or maybe even just next year? Potentially. But it looks we got 12 votes, 67% say yes, chat. I think that I have to go with Randy. The Bone, who's a right fielder. J. Buhner was a right fielder. We're going with Randy. Got to put him in there. Randy Wynn. Raul Ibanez is on there. I don't know why I didn't click him. Randy Wynn, huh? Man. With the Mariners, he put up 8.8 WAR. Oh, God. 8.8 WAR over 3 seasons. He hit 287, 345, 417 with a 104 OPS plus. My bad. No, you're good, Blake. He hit, let's see, 31 homers and 193 RBI. I think Randy Wynn might make this list, chat. What do we think about Randy Wynn? He was here for 3 years, 8.8 WAR. Oh, I mean, it's just the outfielders. I was just basing it off of the best left fielders. That's what I was talking about. Yes, he was the guy that we got for Pinella, I believe. Yes. Right? Is that true, chat? I don't know if that's true. Yes, that's true. I think I'm putting Randy Wynn on this list. Let's look up Rich Amaral. Rich Amaral for the Mariners. Here we go. 8 years, 4.6 WAR, and 84 OPS plus, 278, 345, 34. I don't think we put Rich Amaral on here. Thoughts? I don't think Rich Amaral makes this list, unfortunately. Ricky Henderson, I mean, obviously, if he had been here longer, like than his last, like the last year of his career, could have happened. But, oh, it wasn't even the last year of his career. He was here for 1 year, 1.3 WAR. How many bags did he steal in that time frame? He stole 31 bases. He stole 31 bases in that time frame. Unfortunately, we can't put Ricky on here. It's just 1 year. I just don't think we can have him on there. Rupert Jones, again, he was my grandma's favorite player, so like I want to put him on here, but oh, he had 2 P's in his name? Weird. People loved him for no good reason, yeah. Did you get Mike Z on the list? I think people said no to Mike Z, which made me sad. Made me sad. Ricky and Junior on the same team. W. Okay. Rupert Jones, 3 years. He hit 257, 333, 418 with a 105 OPS plus. He hit 51 home runs and 200 RBI. Does Rupert Jones make this list? I really want to put him on here because he's my grandma's favorite player. Wynn was a stud for the Mariners for 2 years. He was. It's true. What do we think, chat? Can we put Rupert Jones on here for Grandma? How about Ham Swaggerty just for the name? No, absolutely not. Willie Bloomquist on the list yet? We actually, believe it or not, Jordan, we decided no on Willie Bloomquist. We decided no. Believe it or not. All right. Sam Haggerty, no. Stan Javier, I mean, no, but let's see. He had 3.3 WAR in 2 years, 101. I mean, he was fine. I don't know. I don't know if Stan Javier should necessarily make this list, but I think he's like one of the first guys off. You know what I mean? Robles has earned his way on already. I mean, with Victor, man, he made a game-saving catch. Obviously, the really good year in 2024. Like Victor, unfortunately, he just hasn't played enough. You know what I mean? He doesn't even have a full year under his belt with the Mariners. So I don't think that we can put Victor on the list, unfortunately. Rupert Jones was solid. He was. Stan Javier, I'm leaning no. Tom Pesiorek. Let's see. Sean Figgins. Yeah, believe it or not, he's not on here. 7.2 WAR for Tom. Over 4 years, he hit 296, 343, 460 with 39 homers and 197 RBI, 121 OPS, or that's not right. Yeah, 121 OPS plus. I think Tom, I don't even know how to say it. Is it Pesiorek? Pachorik. Tom Pachorik, chat. His nickname was Wimpy. What the hell? Tom Pachorik. I think he makes this list. Victor threw a bat at a guy. All right, fine. We'll put. We're gonna make a poll. We're gonna make a poll on Victor, but we're gonna keep going while we're doing it. Victor, let me know. Vote yes or no on Victor Robles, chat. No, we haven't gotten to pitchers yet, Jordan. How did this guy play 18 years? Yeah, I don't know. I think that Tom Pachorik makes this list, chat. I'm going with yes. Let's see where we're at with Victor. How many votes do we have? We have 8 votes, chat. Get your votes in really quick. Get your votes in. The yeses are making a comeback. Those 70s Mariners jerseys, you see those stats and wonder why they didn't win more games? Must have been the pitching, dude. Must win the pitching. All right. It's a no on Victor, unfortunately, chat. A no on Victor. So that is it for the outfielders. Here's what chat and us decided. For the outfielders, Dave Henderson, Franklin Gutierrez, Ichiro Suzuki, Jay Buhner, Julio Rodriguez, Ken Griffey Jr., Ken Griffey Sr., Leon Roberts, Mike Cameron, Mitch Haniger, Randy Wynn, Randy Rosarena, Phil Bradley, Raul Ibanez, Rupert Jones, and Tom Paciorek. Those are our outfielders. Now, I don't know how many names we've selected so far, chat. Is there a way to tell? Chat, we're going to have to make some tough decisions here, okay? Tough to Steve Clevenger? Hell no. We're going to have to make some tough decisions here. We've already selected 45 of our 50 players, and we haven't even gotten to the pitchers, chat. We're going to have to make some really tough decisions about some guys the rest of the way. All right, so let's just knock off the easiest ones now. Oh god, that is so funny. We're just gonna knock off the super easy ones. We're gonna go, let's see, Evan Diaz has got to be on here. We'll go Felix, of course. We are so cooked. Yeah, we are cooked. We don't need no pitchers. Where we're going, we don't need pitchers. Man. I mean, Logan's probably on there. Luis Castillo's on there. Like, let's see. Norm Charlton's probably on there. We'll go Randy. I mean, Shigetoshi Hasagawa. Like, a lot of these guys need to be on. Let me see something. Can I select more if I go over? I can. Okay, so we're going to go through this list. We're just going to decide if they should be on the list or not, and then we're going to go through afterwards, and then we'll have to take some guys off. So Aaron Seeley. Chat, Aaron Seeley. I'm leaning yes on Aaron Seeley. Mariners, 3 years, 4.7 WAR, 4.39 ERA. Maybe not on Aaron Seeley. I believed in him a lot more than I think I should have. Mark Langston, Kaz, yeah. I mean, there's going to be... The Mariners have a rich history of pitching. So, I'm changing my mind. I think I'm leaning no on Aaron Seeley. I originally was saying yes, but I'm going to lean no. Andres Munoz. Chat, is Mooney a top 50? I think Mooney's a top 50 already. I think Mooney is a top 50 Mariner of all time already. Thoughts? Comments, questions, concerns, chat. Mike Moore. Oh, yeah, okay. Easy. Andy Baines? How do you say his name? Think of the Munoz gifts, true. Let's see. 1 year, 0.2 WAR, no. Arthur Rhodes. He was my favorite player when I was growing up. He threw me a baseball, and he was then my favorite player. I called him Arthur. This is hard. Arthur with the Mariners, 6.7 WAR. He had a 3.05 ERA and 283 innings pitched, with a 142 ERA plus. Chat, is Arthur Rhodes on here? No for Arthur Rhodes. Okay. Andy Beans. That's right. That's his name. What do you guys think? Arthur Rhodes. The best left-hand reliever in Mariners history, Arthur. Yes. I also see a no. The Mariners must have sucked for a long time. They did. Yes for the bling. All right, chat, hold on. We're going to do a poll. Just a quick one. Arthur, yes, no. Give me a yes or a no, chat. We're 30 seconds. Vote quick. We got 30 seconds. Just to spite me? That's mean. Da-da-da-da-da. We were always good? Yeah. That's no Roenis Elias. True. All right. 71% of people say no. No Arthur. Bill Caudill. I don't even want to click on his... I don't even want to go to his reference page. How is he with the Mariners? He pitched 2 seasons with the Mariners. Where the... Oh. 2 seasons with the Mariners, a 2.35 and a 4.71, Chet. A 2.35 and a 4.71. What do we think about this guy, Bill Cottle? He doesn't even have a profile picture? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a really good point. Okay. Bill Kruger. Bill Kruger. I personally do not like Bill Kruger as an announcer. I don't. As a pitcher, for 2 years, he put up a 2.4 WAR. He had a 109 ERA plus. I mean, it was the best years of his career. 195 innings pitched. Where are we at with Bill Kruger? With all the other pitchers, we're going to have, like, we know that we have to get a little, we know that we're going to have to get a little stingy here, chat, because we have so many people selected. He's a great Mariners announcer. See, I don't like him as an announcer, personally. I don't. What are we thinking on Bill Kruger? Kruger, no. I'm seeing a couple no's on Bill Kruger. Okay. Nope. All right. No Bill Kruger. Arthur was a no. Bill Swift. Bill Swift. There are multiple Bill Swifts. Angie Mintink, top 50. Bill Swift, 7 years with the Mariners, 7.5 WAR, had a 4.33 ERA, and a 97 OPS plus. I don't know if we can put Bill Swift on this list. I like Angie. I like Angie commentating. Sometimes she goes a little overboard. Sometimes it's like, okay, Angie, let's relax for a minute. But I think it was a fun dynamic between her and Goldie in the booth. Nah on Bill Swift. Okay. Bob Wells. Oh, Bobby Ayala's coming up, chat. Bob Wells. With the Mariners. Negative 0.4 WAR. Okay. All right. Good talk. Bobby Ayala. With the Mariners. God, he was so bad, dude. He was so bad. Somehow that equated to a 97 OPS plus. Somehow that equated to a 97 OPS plus. I don't know how. I don't know how. They put some trash on this list to vote. They did. Yeah, he's obviously not making it. Brandon League, chat. Brandon League. With the Mariners. He was here for a couple of seasons, 3 years. He put up only a 1 WAR. He had a 3.26 ERA, 185 innings pitched, and a 119 ERA plus. Obviously served as the Mariners closer for quite some time. So, yes, sir, on Brandon League 2000. See, I have a personal bias against Brandon League. Because when Joe and I were at spring training in 2011, we were trying to get his autograph, and he just like walked right past us and didn't even acknowledge us. Like, he didn't even say hi. You know what I mean? Like, he didn't even say hi to us. He just kind of brushed right past us. And we're like, oh, okay. And he was like listening to music and whatnot. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll go heck myself, I guess. I'm seeing a lot of no's on Brandon League, chat. A lot of no's. Listen, guys, I don't know why you're so in on Brandon League. Dude was kind of mid. Character clause seals it. How many blown saves did he have with the Mariners? Does it show that on here? Or saves and opportunities? Where do I find blown saves? Because I feel like he blew 1,000 of them. 0 ball knowers in this chat. I'm sorry, Dorian. You're just wrong. You're just wrong. You're just incorrect. Maybe you just don't know ball, Dorian. Thoughts? I'm trying to think that maybe you just don't know ball. How many blown dudes? Okay. Alright. Alrighty then. Everyone here except for, yeah, you guys are the smart ones. You guys are the smart ones. It's true. Brandon Lee got owned. He got owned. He's not making the list. Brian Holman. Brian Holman. I don't know who this is. Let's see. Brian Holman spent a couple years with the Mariners. 8 WAR in 3 years, huh? Yo. A 1.08 ERA plus. He had a 3.73 ERA with 544 innings pitched. Wow. Huh. 8 WAR over 3 years is crazy. For a guy that I've never heard of. I also have a photo with the Poto that actually looks a lot like that, Manny. Remind me to send it to you later. No on Holman. No on Holman. I'm just, like, I'm shocked he had 8 wins. Like, he got up to 8 wins in 3 years for a guy that I've never heard of. Nah? Okay. All right. 2.7 WAR a year he's in. All right, fine. I'm going to make a poll. Holman. Vote the poll, chat. Make quick, speedy. Now we're gonna get a little weird here for the next 2, by the way. A little weird here for the next 2. 8 WAR equals yes. 8 WAR equals yes. I mean, the chat is 11 votes saying. It's 64% saying no. Benes? Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's how you say it. That's good to know. 11 votes and 64% say no. Unfortunately, Brian Holman does not make it. All right, here we go. Brian Wu, chat. Is Brian Wu a top 50 Mariner of all time? Is Brian Wu a top 50 Mariner of all time? Is he there yet? Is he there yet? You can definitely say he's a top 50 pitcher. I don't know if you could say he's a top 50 Mariner yet. Top 50 pitcher, yes. Top 50 Mariner, I'm not sure. 78% of people are saying yes. I'm gonna let this one run a little bit longer here, just because I want people to get their votes in. But 78% of people saying yes is actually surprising to me. That surprises me. Recency bias for sure. He had one great season. He's my favorite Mariner, but not yet. See, I'm kind of leaning that way, but I mean, with how many people are saying yes, I feel like I kind of have to. Say yes. Like with I'll let it run for another 30 seconds. Send Kate Anderson through my uncle. Just got back from the future. What? It was a really great season. I mean, the leave room for others. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to go back through and take people off. So I guess I'm just going to say yes for Brian Wu for now. And then we can take him off later if need be. Bryce Miller. I don't think Bryce is on there. Had a good year in 24. Rough year in 25. I don't think that we can put Bryce on there yet. Casey Sadler, good for a little bit. I love Casey Sadler, the person. I unfortunately don't think that 1.9 WAR. I mean, he was so good for the Mariners. Holy shit. A 1.43 ERA in 49 games. He had an ERA plus of 293. Like, Casey Sadler was so good. So good. But do we need a 3 years with the Mariners minimum? It's tough to say because some people, like, weren't necessarily great with the Mariners, but they had, like, really great either broadcasting careers or, were a big pillar of the community. So it's, like, it's tough, right? It's really tough. but Casey Sadler. I mean, he was with the Mariners. He was incredible. He has about the same. He has the same ERA plus as Pedro Martinez. I mean, 49 games. Like, it's that's something else, man. No to Sadler. Okay. No to Casey Sadler. Charlie Furbush, chat. I feel like we're gonna lose a lot of these guys. We need to test years with the Mariners. Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? 5 years here for Charlie Furbush. He had a 4.02 ERA, a 93 ERA plus. I don't think Charlie Furbush makes this list. Chris Bosio. Let's see. 4 years, 4.43, 106 ERA plus. I don't think Chris Bosio makes. I mean, he put up a 5.8 WAR. I just made you Casey very Sadler. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I mean, Charlie Furbush was good. I think we have to get a little selective right now. Bosio, no. Okay. Not top 50. Danny Farquhar, no. David Ardsma, the DA. Danny Farquhar, obviously with the Mariners now, which is cool. I just unfortunately don't think that he was top 50. David Ardsma, 2 years with the Mariners, a 2.9 ERA, with 2.4 wins. He had a 143 OPS plus with the Mariners in 121 innings. How do we feel about the DA, chat? Farquhar exposed the Astros. It was Mike Fiers who really exposed the Astros, but Farquhar played a role in it. Yeah, Farquhar played a role. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about David Ardsma, chat? Is a possible option. All right, we can circle back on David Ardsma. We'll circle back on David Ardsma. Diego Segui. Man, we're only in the D's. Diego Segui. Segui, 1 year, negative 0.7K. Doug Fister. Hardly know her. Doug Fister. With the Mariners, probably not. 4.4 WAR over 3 years. 3.81 ERA. I don't think Doug Fister, huh? No Doug Fister. I'm thinking no Doug Fister, personally. Ed Nunez. I don't know who that is. We're gonna try to go a little bit faster here, chat. A little bit quicker. Ed Nunez with the Mariners, 7 years, 3.7 WAR, 4.13 ERA. I'm leaning no. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Let me know. Ed Vandenberg. So I watched pictures. Oh, so he's in. Oh, okay. Got it. Is that how that works? Ed Vandenberg. 5.5 WAR in 4 years, a 3.75 ERA. He had a 1.11 ERA plus with the Mariners over 4 years from 1982 to 1985. How do we feel about Ed Vandenberg? Do we need to keep being more selective? Do we need to continue to be selective here? Because if we're still being selective, I don't think we can have Ed Vandenberg on here. I think Nunez was closer mid-80s. Yeah. Sounds right. No Ed Vandenberg. Okay. Edwin Diaz, chat. Oh, whoops. Edwin Diaz. I think Electric Eddie D makes this list. Personally. I think that Electric Eddie D makes the list. with the Mariners. 5.3 WAR in 3 seasons. He had 156 ERA plus. Jesus. And let's see, how many saves did he rack up in that time? Saves. 109 saves. 109 saves. Not a Mariner long enough? I mean, see, we were saying that 3 years is the minimum, but that's fair. Kaz over Diaz. Por qué no los dos, you know? Por qué no los dos? Does he still hold the record? He still owns the record for the most saves in a single season, right? 57. I'm leaning yes on Edwin Diaz, just so we're clear. I'm leaning yes on Edwin Diaz. He got us Justin Dunn. He got us Jay Bruce. I'll put a poll up really quick, just so we can take a look here. Edwin Diaz. You know what? While you guys are voting in that poll, I think we have 5 subbies or members we can give away. Let's see. W. Let's do it. Let's get it rolling in here, huh? Let's get the memberships rolling. To Jeff, to Poop, okay. To Cade, to Honda, and to J Mars. Legends. All legends. Every single one of them. All legends. Love to see it. Shouldn't have been traded. Yes to Eddie. Yeah. I think that we got to go with... He got us out of Cano's contract. He did. He did. Without trading Edwin Diaz, we would have been stuck with Robinson Cano. Yeah, it's not his fault that he wasn't a Mariner for long enough. It's the Mariners' fault. I'm leaning yes on Edwin Diaz, chat. Personally. I'm personally leaning yes. Let you and Manny into the stream? Absolutely not. All right, we're putting Edwin Diaz on the list. Boom. Eric Hansen. Eric Hansen. Did Brendan Ryan make the list? No, he did not, unfortunately. Eric Hansen put up 16.8 wins in 6 years with the Mariners. With a 1.11 ERA plus, he had a 3.69 damn she fine ERA. I think that Aaron Hansen has to make the list, chat. He put up 16.8 WAR. Hansen, yes? Yeah, he has to make this list. At 16.8 WAR, how could he not? How could he not make this list? That's crazy. No Eric Bedard. Okay. All right. I don't think he's on here. Eric Hansen. Eric Swanson. No, unfortunately. No to Eric, unfortunately. We got two yeses and a no. I think he 16.8. I think he's got to make it, right, chat? I think he has to make it. Let's see. Hansen. Let's run the poll. I think he has to make it. Got gifted a member. Have a sick ass Saturday, everyone. Shout out Honda. What's up, dude? Hope you're doing well. Love to see it. Love to see it. I mean, that 16.8 WAR, I feel like he's gotta, right? I think Chad agrees. Stan Hansen. Yes to Fernando Rodney. There are like 4 80s Mariners pitchers with 15 WAR. True. Take A-Rod off the list? No. I refuse to take A-Rod off this list. Listen, he is the greatest Mariners shortstop of all time. Better team than the wins and losses show. True. All right. Hansen's on the list, chat. Fernando Rodney. The Fernando Rodney experience. I want to put him on the list just for his longevity and like the antics. You know what I mean? Like the antics. It was so fun. But the Fernando Rodney experience was rough. He put a .1 WAR with the Mariners. He had a 4.08 ERA, 92 ERA plus. He saved 64 games. Unfortunately, like in terms of performance on the field, I don't think Fernando Rodney can make it. Does he make it just based on his funny personality? Right, chat, and just like his antics. Unfortunately, I don't think he makes it. Unfortunate. I love Fernando Rodney, though. Floyd Bannister. Then we got Freddie Garcia. Is probably going to be a yes. Floyd Oh, Jesus. Can't type. Bannister. That .1 was the cap. It's true. Yeah, it's true. Bannister in 4 years put up a 13.1 WAR, chat. 13.1 WAR with a 3.75 ERA. He had a 1.12 ERA plus. Just for the commercial, yes, yeah. Yeah, the commercials were so funny with him and Logan Morrison. Floyd Bannister was pretty solid. 768 in the third innings pitched. It's pretty good, chat. I don't know. Yes, says Jarf. Okay. No to Floyd. Oh, nah, get him in. All right, we got to make a poll. We got to make a poll. Okay, typing. Bannister. Let me know, chat. Let me know. 13 point whatever WAR is pretty solid over 4 years. 3.3 WAR a year. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have some tough decisions to make, chat. Tough decisions to make. Maybe on Floyd, yeah. I'm on the fence as well, but 13.1 is quite a bit of WAR that he accrued over that time frame. So, need Hisashi in there. 7 WAR season. I think Hisashi's got to be on there. You voted yes? Okay, Frankie. Love to see it. It's a close race right now. Only 5 votes in. Only 5 votes in. I mean, it's not. We don't really have a ton of people here, but 5 votes. 60% yes, 40% no on Floyd Bannister. Hang on, chat. Ba, 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 ba. Hot dog. 57% yes, it's going down. Floyd Bannister numbers dropping, chat, dropping. As we speak. Gosh, only 7 votes, huh? 57% yes. Could we get one more vote? One more vote, we'll decide it. One more vote, chat. Hit me with it. Oh, wait. All right, we got a couple more votes. All right, it ends in yes. It ends in yes. Floyd Bannister makes this list. Freddie Garcia makes this list, right? Like, we're being so for real. Freddie Garcia. He's making this list, no doubt. With the Mariners, 18.6 WAR, 3.89 ERA with a 1.14 ERA plus. Freddie Garcia's got to make the list, right, chat? Right. We're putting him on there. Gabe Spire, I don't think he's there, unfortunately. Gaylord Perry, I don't think he had enough time with the Mariners. He got his 3,000th win here, though, didn't he? I believe he got his 3,000th win with the Mariners, but... Mariners, 2.9 WAR over 2 years. Yeah, Perry doesn't make it. Garcia, absolutely. George Kirby, chat. What about George Kirby? Does George Kirby make the list as one of the 50 greatest Mariners of all time? Does he make the list? It's an interesting question. I'm putting the poll up, chat. I'm putting the poll up. I'm going to go Kirby. Because George, I mean, he's made an all-star team. You know, he's been in the Cy Young voting. 7.9 WAR in 4 years. I mean, 106 ERA plus. 358 ERA. Kirby should be considered. No Kirby yet. No Kirby. No. There's one. I have one yes for Kirby and one maybe for Kirby, and then 3 no's. So I think we're going to... He's one of your first off the chopping block? Okay, so, like, maybe we can, like, agree people are on the fence, so I guess we lean no. I'm going to say we lean no, because the people that have been decisive have said no. I'm going to say no. George Sherrill, I don't think that well, I'll look at his numbers, but I don't think that George Sherrill makes this list. But for now, no, I agree with that. I agree. 2.1 for George Sherrill, 389. He was fine. George Sherrill was fine with the Mariners, but I don't think it's enough to really make this list. Okay. Gil Mesh. Gil Mesh, chat. Kirby for sure. Kirby, yes. All right, fine. I'll make a poll. Oh, I have to finish the last poll before I can make a new poll. My bad. Oh, that was the poll. 60% yes. Okay, we're putting Kirby on the list. Kirby's on the list. We got 10 votes, 60% yes. Kirby's on the list, chat. No to George Sherrill. Got you. Gil Mesh. Where are we at on Gil Mesh? 6 years, 6.7 WAR, 4.65 ERA. I don't think Gil Mesh makes the list. No to Gil Mesh. Glenn Abbott. Glenn Abbott. Let's see. Glenn Abbott, 6 years, 5.3 wins, 4.54 WAR. No. Hisashi Iwakuma is just a yes, right? For Kuma. Like, it's just a straight up yes. We don't even need to question it. 3.42 ERA throughout his career. He's got to be on there. JJ Puts. Obviously, great career. Do we let Paxton in? I think absolutely. 8.4 WAR for JJ Puts, a 3.07 ERA with a 143 OPS or ERA plus, chat. Where are we at with JJ? Let's start a poll. JJ. Let me know. Let me know with JJ. Yes, says Frankie. Frankie says yes. Christina says yes to Paxton and Iwakuma. Perfect. I think Paxton's in for sure. He's got to be. He has, again, one of the lowest ERAs in club history. JJ Puts is a yes. 100% of people saying yes so far. That's 4 yeses. Any no's. Any no's. I mean, JJ was solid. He was really solid for the Mariners. Is that 101 saves? Yeah. Over 100 saves for the team. It's pretty solid. Whoa, 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 chat. Things are getting weird. Okay. 50-50. Is JJ going to get outvoted here? How many total this far? I think we'll wait, Blake, until we get to the bottom. I think we'll wait until we get to the bottom to see how many we have to take off. Am I the deciding vote here? Am I the deciding vote? I think I'm the deciding vote. I'm putting JJ on here. James Paxton should be a lock. Jamie Moyer should be a lock. Jared Washburn. JJ Nasty split, true. Jared Washburn with the Mariners. 4 years, 8.2 WAR, 4.17 ERA, 104 ERA plus. I'm leaning no on Jared Washburn. Personally, I'm leaning no. Any issues with that? Any issues with no Jared Washburn? Speak now or forever hold your peace, chat. Jason Vargas. Vargas was sneaky good for the Mariners. No to Jared Washburn. Okay. That's all I needed to hear. 6.8 WAR for Vargas over 4 years, a 4.09 ERA with a 95 ERA plus. Probably a no, right? No, probably a no on Jason Vargas. Jeff Facero. Another guy who might have been a little sneaky good. With the Mariners, 7.1 WAR in over 3 years. Yeah, 598 innings pitched, a 4.62 ERA, a 100 flat ERA plus. Good, but why did we do Vargas for Morales? No on Vargas or the other Vargas. No to Jason. Rip Jason Vargas. I don't think Jeff Facero makes the list. Jeff Nelson. Jeff Nelson may be making this list. .3 WAR over 8 years, a 3.26 ERA, 134 ERA plus, 447 innings pitched. Not many saves. Not many saves. 23 saves for the Mariners. Where are we at with Jeff Nelson, chat? Yes to Jeff? He was there 01. Was he here before? He was. Started his career in Seattle. Forgot about Kendrys Morales. Yeah, the GOAT. The GOAT. Jeff Nelson was badass. What do we think? Jeff Nelson? Start a poll. Jeff Nelson. Guy sold his bone spurs on eBay. What? That's something Jeff Nelson did? Is that real? Bones. Is that real? He dealt with bone spurs and right elbow during his career, leading to surgery to clean out the bone. Blah, blah, blah. What the fuck? That's real. They actually tried to do it. That's actually hilarious. There was interest on eBay. The opening bid was $250, and the price continued to climb until eBay stopped the bidding shortly after 4 p.m. There were 68 bids, and it was pushing the price of $12,000. What? Oh my god. What? That's wild. I had no idea. I almost want to put him on here just for that, chat. Just for that. That's crazy. Oh, man. $12,000? Ever since we answered that question, yes has been the winning vote. So we're going with yes. Jeff Nelson's on the list. What the hell? That's news to me, chat. That is news to me. Oh, man. All right, Jim Bietti. I don't know who this guy is, so I'm leaning no. But better have been autograph bones. With the Mariners. 13.9 WAR over 7 years. 4.14 ERA, 100 ERA plus. I'm leaning no on him. Joel Pinheiro. I'm leaning no on Joel Pinheiro, but fun name. Fun name to remember, Joel Pinheiro. 8.9 WAR over 7 years. You have yes on him, Jarf? Yes? 96 ERA plus for Joel Pinheiro. Nah. Unfortunately, no to Jim Betty. Okay. Yes to Joel. Jarf, we can't do yes to everybody, man. Not everybody can make this list. I'm sorry. It's only the top 50. It's only the top 50. I'm leaning no on Joel Pinheiro. John Halama, no. Jose, I don't know how to say his name. Let's just look him up. Where did my letters keep going? How do you spell his last name? Oh, Pan. Jose Paniagua. He's top 80. How do you say this guy's last name? Paniagua. Paniagua? I've never heard of this man. 4 years, 3.8 WAR, 3.77 ERA with a 1.22 ERA plus. Never heard of him. Kaz, chat. Kaz? Kazuhiro. I'm just going to go Sasaki. Does Kaz make this list? Obviously, played a big role in the 2001 Mariners team. Was he good, though? 3.7 WAR over 4 years. He had a 138 ERA plus 314 ERA, but I wouldn't be shocked underrated. I wouldn't be shocked. Yeah, I mean, 314 ERA. His WAR, I mean, it's hard when you're a reliever to really equate any WAR. So, yeah, I mean, save-wise, 37-45, 37-10. Quick fall-off for Kaz, but he was Rookie of the Year. He was an All-Star twice. Who just said that? That's not funny, Owen. That's not funny. Can't do that, bro. Now you got me looking. Owen, I'm timing you out if that's wrong. Timing you out, bro. I don't see anything about Gino. Yeah. Sorry, Owen. Sorry, Owen. You're getting timed out. We'll give you a 5-minute-er. 5 minutes. Can't do that, bro. The hell. Kaz, yeah. Kaz for sure. Okay, Logan. Logan Gilbert, Chad. This is where things are going to get weird. These 6 right here are a little weird. Logan Gilbert. Is Logan a top 50 Mariner of all time, chat? Is Logan Gilbert a top 50 Mariner of all time? Man. 3.58 ERA. 835 innings pitched. I'm leaning yes. I lean yes towards Logan. If Woo is, Logan is. Let's do a poll. Logan. Let me know, chat. Is Logan Gilbert a top 50 pitcher in Mariners history? Because I might have some controversial opinions depending on the answer here. 7 votes, 86%, 88. Okay, that's a yes. Logan is top 50. So, let's do this then. Is Luis Castillo a top 50 Mariner of all time? Okay. Interesting vote so far. Luis Castillo. Let's pull up his numbers. No to Luis Castillo, but yes to Logan Gilbert. Luis Castillo has been a better Seattle Mariner than Logan Gilbert. Thoughts? Thoughts on that? 3.46 ERA for Luis. He has an 8 WAR, 1.10 ERA plus. Logan has an extra year on Luis, but Luis came over in 2022, obviously, so I guess a year and a half on Luis. We should put a 10-pitcher cap? Man, I don't know about that. Man. I am firmly yes. Firmly yes in Luis Castillo being a part of this list. Firmly. So I'm doing it. You guys can suck it. I'm doing it. He's gotta be. He's gotta be. He has had a better Mariners career than Logan has. I mean, don't get me wrong. Logan is great. Logan is fantastic. 107 ERA plus. Luis has a 110 with the Mariners. Logan's got a 3.58 ERA. Luis had a 3.42 or 3.48 or whatever it was. Logan has if Logan's on this list, Luis has to be on this list. Yeah, I agree. I think that the most of this, at least half of this list should be pitching. In my opinion. At least half of this list should be pitching. Marco is a yes, by the way. Marco Gonzalez. People aren't going to like that, Manny, but I don't disagree. With the Mariners, Marco, he had a 4.08 ERA, 8.4 wins with a 100 even ERA plus. I mean, he hardly has more WAR than Luis. Over 3 extra seasons. He has less innings pitched than Logan. And a ERA plus less than both of them. I'm leaning no on Marco, personally. I'm leaning no on Marco. Because, yeah, he was here for a long time, and he was here for the dark times of this like retooling. But he never lived up to the potential that we thought that he had. An 8.4 WAR over 7 years isn't really anything that special. 4.08 ERA. But then again, chat, we're not all only basing this off of stats. We're basing this off of who they are off the field as well. And Marco was a great person. Exactly what Christina just said. Off the field, Marco was fantastic for the city. He was good for the fan base. Marco was a great dude. Yes, we have to look at numbers, but we also have to look at what he did outside of the game too. And he was great. And I mean, it's kind of unfair to say that when, for example, Brian Wu, he really hasn't been up here long enough to really make an impact like Marco did. So that part makes it tough. But Chad Innings Eater, we have 67% of people saying no on Marco, so I am going to leave him off the list. But I do think that he could, he's definitely top 100. He could be on this list, but I'll leave him off. Mark Langston is a yes, right, chat? Mark Langston's a yes. Mark Lowe. But me. That's right. Mark Lowe. With the Mariners, Mark Lowe, 1.5 WAR over 6 years. L. 211 innings pitched, 122 ERA plus. Is Mark Lowe a top 50 Mariner of all time, chat? We're no on Marco. Yeah, I think Marco as a runner-up is fine. Lowe, I'm leaning towards no on Mark Lowe. But I can be convinced otherwise. No on Lowe? Okay. Everyone's saying no. Easy enough. Matt Brash, chat. Is Matt Brash a top Mariner of all time? I feel like because Mark Lowe is off the list, we cannot put Matt Brash on this list. 2.4 WAR over 3 years, 3.31 ERA with a 1.16 ERA plus. Obviously missed all of 2024 with the elbow surgery. Matt Brash, I don't think can be on this list. I love Matt Brash. I do. He should not be. He's not a top 50 Mariner. Do we agree with that? Everybody said no on Mark Lowe. He got owned. Matt Brash is a possibility. Yes, Brash. Yes, Brash. Interesting. Okay, go ahead. Poll for Matt Brash. Poll for Matt Brash. Let me know. I'm going to keep going here, though. Matt Young, I don't know who that is. Michael Pineda, not here long enough. Mike Jackson, I don't know who you are. Who's Mike Jackson? And when was he here? He was with Seattle for 4 years. And he was, fine, it looks like. Did he come back at all? Nope. I'm going to say no to Mike Jackson. He was number 42, though, which is lit. Let's see. Mike Moore. People were banging the table earlier for Mike Moore. Banging the table, chat. I'm ending the poll. No Matt Brash. Mike Moore. Let's go. Let's look on reference. Top 10 reliever in Mariners history, Mike Moore. Blake, we can't. You said no to A-Rod. We can't do that. We can't take into account what you've got anymore. You said no to A-Rod. Mike Moore had a 4.38 ERA over 7 years, a 17.8 WAR with a 97 ERA plus. Chat 97. Where are we at? Remember, we don't have any space left, so we have to be kind of selective here, chat. We have to be kind of selective. Otherwise, we're going to have to go through and take guys off. Do I have to say yes or no to him? Unfortunately, you do. He already made the list, Secular, don't worry. 71% no on Mike Moore, huh? Interesting. $18 WAR, how can you say no? Yeah, I mean, he was here for 7 years, right? So it's like a 2 WAR, average of a 2 WAR season each year. I don't really know. Like, how did he get 6.3 WAR? With he had a 3.46, 247 innings. Right, yeah, a 121 ERA plus. Like, he was good. 155 strikeouts and 247 innings. Obviously, strikeouts weren't as big of a thing back then. 8 people, I mean, it's kind of all no here, chat. So Mike Moore is going to have to be a no. Oh, I guarantee there's more hate than just you. But, all right, I'll do A-Rod just for fun. Just for fun, chat. We'll separate the ball knowers from the non-ball knowers. All right, Mike Moore, we're taking off the list, huh? Off the list. Mike Schooler. Nick Vincent's on here. Nick Vincent, sneaky, but not on this list. Mike Schooler. Mike Schooler with the Mariners. 4.2 WAR, 3.30 ERA with a 123 ERA plus, 267 innings, 98 saves, almost 100 saves for Schooler. Almost. Got 9 votes, 10 votes, and so 3 people are saying that A-Rod shouldn't be on the list. Blake is obviously one of them. Blake obviously is one of the people saying no to him on the list. But 10 votes of the 24 people that are here, calling that good enough. Mike Schooler. Where are we at on Mike Schooler, chat? Start the poll. 30% saying no to A-Rod. Ugh. Greatest shortstop in Mariners history. JP number 2. All right, 5 people have said no to Mike Schooler. All right, see you later, Mike Schooler. Nick Vincent. All right, I want to look at his numbers. I know that, like, when I think of the best relievers in Mariners history, I don't think of Nick Vincent, but he's up there. Let me join? No. You stink. You're smelly. Nick Vincent at a 3.62 ERA, 181 and a third innings pitched, chat, with a 113 ERA plus. Like, he's not on this. He shouldn't make the list. He shouldn't make the list, but he was good for the Mariners when they had him. It's just that was the, 2016, 2017, 2018 teams where it was like, are they really going to play for anything? Norm, the Sheriff. The Sheriff's got to be on here, right? Got to put the Sheriff on here. Norm Charlton. Let's see. Norm Charlton with the Mariners. He only had a 2.1 WAR with a 4.03. Dadar would add some flair to the bait. No, he wouldn't. He stinks. Yes to the Sheriff. He wasn't as good as I think he gets credit for. He wasn't as good as he gets credit for. He had a 4.03 ERA, just a 2.1 WAR with a 1.15 ERA plus. I'm leaning no on the Sheriff, truthfully. Great reliever for the Mariners. Top 50? No. I don't think he's top 50. Great reliever. He's not top 50. Paul Abbott. Paul Sewald. Paul Abbott. Paul Abbott, 5 years, 5.5 WAR, 465 innings pitched, 4.48 ERA with a 100 flat ERA. I'm going to go no. How we feel about Paul Sewald, chat? No, right. A timeout, Daydara. I've always wanted to. Top 10 reliever for Norm. You think he's top 10? Paul Sewald, 3.9 WAR, 2.88 ERA in his time with the Mariners, a 137 ERA plus with 80. Is it 86 saves? Oh, 52. 52 saves. It is time for Paul Sewald to pitch. That is true. Sewald. Start the poll. My heart says yes, but my brain says no for Paul Sewald. My heart says yes because I love Paul Sewald. My brain says no. Sewald was great in the community too. He was. Sewald was fantastic for the community. Great dude. But enough people are saying no. No Paul Sewald. Rafael Soriano. I don't think he makes this list. Not with the Mariners. If this was just an all-time list, then he might make it. But just with the Mariners, I mean, 5 years, 3.9 ERA, or WAR, 2.89 ERA. I mean, he was good. Rafael Soriano was good. A 151 ERA plus. Man. What do we think about Soriano, chat? But only 4 saves with the Mariners. 4. Yeah, we're going to have a lot of editing down to do. It's going to be bad. oh, God. Good player, but no. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm leaning to, unfortunately. He was a great player, though. No to Soriano. Got you. All right, no to Rafael Soriano. Goose Gossage, he only played for 1 year with the Mariners, right? He only had 1 season with the Mariners. Yeah, no to Goose. No to Goose Gossage. Robbie Ray, chat. Where do you guys want to put? You guys want to put Robbie Ray on this list? Rowan S. Elias, no. Ryan Franklin, no. Ryan Roland Smith, interesting one. Interesting one, Ryan Roland Smith. Obviously, kind of a okay career. But since his playing days, he has become, you know, a Mariners announcer. He is one of the greatest dudes as part of the Mariners. Like, I love Ryan Roland Smith. Where are we at with the hyphen? Do we think that the hyphen has done enough in his announcing and, like, part of Root Sports' career to justify him being on this list? Get Robbie out of my face now. Look at him. He looks so happy. He looks so happy. Little did we know. Gossage for the stash. Hyphen. Let me know, chat, where we're at with the hyphen. He taught me how to speak Australian. What? Scott Bankhead. Who? Scott Bankhead. And D. Sclafani. Let's see. Scott Bankhead, 8.4 WAR, 5.16 ERA, or 4.16 ERA. 103. Nah. Robbie is Geno Light with his hair. Sean Raleigh. I don't know who that is. Raleigh. Shane, not Sean. 4 years, 4.9 WAR, 3.79 ERA. 107 ERA plus doesn't make the list. Shigetoshi Hasagawa, chat. How we feel about Shigetoshi Hasagawa? Is that not how you spell it? Oh, it's an E, not another A. With the Mariners, 4 years, 4.9 WAR, 3.46 ERA, 278 innings pitched with 17 saves, and a 125 ERA plus. Shigetoshi Hasagawa, chat. Imagine Scott Bankhead was the CEO at a financial firm. I mean, it's just meant to be. It's just meant to be. Yes to Shiggy. Cal's dad, yeah. Iwakuma. Iwakuma's on the list, Secular. He's on here. 2003 All-Star Shigetoshi Hasagawa, by the way. This is 03, not 06, Christina, but yeah. We're getting Shiggy with it. Alright, I'm going to put the poll up. Oh, I got to end this poll still. End that poll. Put up a new poll. We're going to go... Perfect. Shiggy. Getting Shiggy with it. Na 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 na. Getting Shiggy with it. Na 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 na. 2006 was Jose Lopez. Goat. 50-50 on Shigetoshi Hasagawa, huh? I need 2 more votes and then I'll call it. 2 more votes, chat. Where are we at? And I will be the deciding vote in the end. Bueller. Oh, plenty. Okay, cool. 12 votes. See, that's all we needed. That's all we needed. We needed a poll for hyphen. True. We'll do hyphen. We'll put a poll in for hyphen. All right. Shigetoshi Hasagawa, welcome to the list. Taiwan. As much as I love Taiwan Walker, I don't think that he makes this list. You guys can let me know if you feel differently, but 5 years, he only had a 3 WAR, 4.17 ERA. I just don't think that he was not who we thought he was going to be with the Seattle Mariners, which is a bummer, which is a big bummer. So no tie. Tim Belcher, it's a good one. Tim Belcher with the Mariners. He was only here for a year, though. 2.2 WAR, 4.52. Nah. The bartender, you say I don't think makes a list. So the last one that we have to pick from, chat. The bartender. And then we'll see where hyphen ends up. With the Mariners, the bartender, 5.8 WAR in 6 years. He had 68 saves, 337 innings pitched with a 125 ERA plus. So we'll see where we're at with hyphen, how many votes we got. Can I get one more vote for hyphen? And then if we're tied, I will be the deciding vote. One more vote for hyphen. And then we will vote on Tom Wilhelmsen. And then we will go back through the list and take off like 20 names. Put them on. The bartender. Tom has the years on the line with the stats. Yeah. But he's also, you know, with the team and is a coach with the team now. So that's pretty fun. That's pretty fun. All right. Nobody. We're not going to get one more vote for the hyphen. Well, chat says hyphen has to be on here. So I guess hyphen is going on the list, chat. And then bartender. Hyphen's on the list. And then we'll see where Tom is. And then we will go from there. And we're going to have some names to take off of this thing. Oh, goodness. 83% yes for the bartender so far. How many names are we eliminating? We'll see. Once we know what we're doing for Tom Wilhelmsen, we'll see how many we got to eliminate. Yeah, I think Tom's on. Okay. Tom Wilhelmsen on the list, chat. That's our top 50. Now, how many are we going to have to eliminate? We need to eliminate 16. 16 players off of this list, chat. 16 players off of this list. I should find a short Kahoot. Kahoot? Maybe for the next stream. Alright, we got to eliminate 16 players off this list, chat. I will vote no to force tiebreaker vote. Hasagawa kind of handsome. Okay, Laura. Okay. Should Cal Raleigh, Dan Wilson, or Dave Valley be on this list? Take Tom right off. Yeah, get us an M's history Kahoot so I can win. Maybe on the next stream. This stream's already been 2 hours, so we probably won't do that today. But if I can find a good one, then yeah. Should we remove any of the catchers? Cal, Dan, Dave. I say no. Valley is a no, as in he shouldn't be on the list. Okay, so chat, it's going to be our first one. Should Dave Valley be on this list? Yes or no? Let me know. Should Dave Valley be on this list? Cal is pretty new still. Okay, Blake. Okay, Blake. We're gonna have to get rid of 16 names, chat. So we gotta start being we gotta start making some choices. Let me know. 62% of people say Dave Valley should not be on this list. 67% of people. Okay. Dave Valley. I would love to be able to have a whole list that I can just copy it in Gemini and see what Gemini would say. True. Dave Valley is off the list. Love Dave Valley. Unfortunately, he does not stay on the list. We need to eliminate 15 more names. I'll take Vogie off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I put Vogie in there. You would have had Zanino over Valley. I don't disagree with that. Okay. Edgar, Nelson Cruz, Ken Phelps. Does anyone disagree with that? Does anyone think that these three should not be on this list? Speak now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I know. He lost, bro. He lost. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Take Ken Phelps off? Man, Ken Phelps was so good. Nelson and Edgar are locks. Ken Phelps. I mean, let's look at Ken Phelps' years again. 9.6 WAR. With a 145 OPS plus. 105 home runs. He had 249, 392, 521. No Phelps? Okay, let's see. Okay. Typing is non-existent. Phelps. Should Ken Phelps be on this list, chat? It is up to you to decide. I have to pee, so I'll be right back. After looking at the stats, you change your mind? He was great for us and sucked with the Yankees. He's the GOAT. 60% of people are saying yes, that Ken Phelps should stay on this list, chat. 60% of people are saying yes. So with that being said, chat, Ken Phelps staying on the list. Okay, chat. I think that we can safely say, we're not going to listen to Blake here. We're not going to listen to Blake here. A-Rod is staying on this list. I will not have the A-Rod slander. But Adrian Beltre, I think, stays on this list. Brett Boone stays on this list. Alvin Davis stays on this list. Does Bruce Bochy stay? Take Beltre off, bro? Dude, he was so good, but he was still good with the Mariners. No, that's Carlos Beltran. Beltre. Why? Type Beltre. He was good with the Mariners. 21.2 WAR in 5 years. They just didn't win. Yeah, I that's fair, Frankie. Unfortunately, he just didn't. Like, he can't control how good the team is, I guess. He was average offensively for us. I mean, yeah, that's fair. You could say he was average offensively for you. He was still they put up 21.2 WAR. He had his worst career years as a Mariner. That's true, but his worst career years are still better than, I fine keep him. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, Dorian. But one more time, chat. Bochy. Here we go. Remember, y'all, when we talked about these players, we are only talking about them being great as Mariners, not how they were anywhere else. Yeah, as Mariners and what they did, like off the field if they did anything. So, should Bruce Bochy be on this list, chat? Let me know. Let me know. I'll pull up his stats again for you. Sorry. Yeah, if you take off Beltre, you have to take off Ken Phelps. That might be fair. Bruce Bochy had a 10.1 WAR with a 118 OPS plus. No, we did a poll for Carlos Guillen, and he did not make the list. We did a poll. He didn't survive. Yes for Bruce. Got 71% of people with 7 votes saying no. So I think we got to take Bruce Bochy off the list, chat. I think we got to take him off the list. Unfortunate. 10.1 WAR is crazy. Who else made it? All right, guys. Dylan Moore, A. Eugenio Suarez, Harold Reynolds, J.P. Crawford, Jim Presley, Gene Segura, Joey Cora. Thoughts? Who should we take off this list? We should probably take off at least one of these guys. Just based on how many we need to take off. Like, Dylan Moore had... So, let me make a case for each one. Dylan Moore had wonderful moments for the Mariners. His numbers weren't necessarily great, but wonderful moments for the Mariners. The grand slam off of Brooks Raley. The diving catch against... in Felix's final game. Take off Moore. No to Moore. And Gene. Okay, there's a lot of people saying no to Moore. Everyone's saying bye Demo. He's a terrible Mariner. Eugenio Suarez is not a terrible Mariner. He was just bad last year. He's not a terrible Mariner, Blake. That's just objectively wrong. Dylan Moore, I agree. We should take Demo off. Have to keep Harold, JP, and Joey. Harold, JP for sure. Joey, I think, is fine. Eugenio Suarez, chat. The throw-in player on the Jesse Winker deal who turned out to be the better part of the deal. 6.8 WAR in 3 years, 227, 317, 424 with a 112 OPS plus. Gino was good, but this is all time, and that's fair. That is a fair statement. Gene is not worse than Demo, Manny. That's just not true. Gene was good when he was here. Gene was good in his 2 years with Seattle. Yeah, let him know, Manny. Gino. Yeah, minor spelling mistake, by the way, Manny. Omega lol. Minor spelling mistake. So Gino, I mean, decent career, 6.8 WAR with the Mariners, 227, 317, 424 with a 112 OPS plus. He had the big grand slam, one of the biggest hits of the furthest the Mariners have ever gone in the postseason before. Great vibes. The grand slam, top 5 Mariners moment. Like, I mean, we're split 50. Oh, we were split 50-50. Can we get one more vote, chat? One more vote. I want to see it at 10 votes, at least. 10 votes at least. And if we can get it to 10, there's only 14 people here. 10 votes of 14 people. Because I can't vote myself. Great everything from Gino. Why is Gene above Gino? Gene Segura was good for the Mariners. He was just not a good clubhouse guy. But he was good for the Mariners. All right. Gino has to come off the list, chat. If one of you guys can vote for Gino as a yes, if we can get a 10th vote in here, we just need 10 votes, which means that it comes down to me, 50-50 on Gino. I am leaving Gino on the list. He's staying on the list. Gino is staying on this list. That is right. That is right. All right, here we go. Let's go with Gene Segura. Y'all should vote no for Gene then. 7.1 WAR over 2 seasons is pretty solid with a 112 OPS plus. Let me know. I'm not an informed voter. I feel bad to participate. Laura, you can vote based on looks. Thoughts? Let's go with Gene. Gene. All right, so here's what Gene looks like. Laura, there you go. There's Gene Segura's face. You can vote based on looks. Anyway, Gene Segura in his Mariners career, 7.1 WAR, he hit over 300, 345, 421 with a 112 OPS plus. He was an all-star for the Mariners. If you get rid of Gene, you have to get rid of Cora. I don't disagree with that. 78% of people say that Gene should be off the list, though. And I think that a lot of that is from the vibes of, the vibes he brought to the clubhouse were not good. He was kind of a problem in the clubhouse. So I am okay with taking Gene off of the list. I personally love Gene. I was a top 3 voter to send him to the All-Star game, so I got to meet him, which was cool. But yeah, unfortunately, Gene, the tribe has spoken. Gene Segura, the tribe has spoken. Jim Presley, chat. Jim Presley. I think Jim Presley probably needs to stay on this list, but we've already voted on Presley once. With the Mariners, 3.3 WAR. He had a 93 OPS plus. Maybe I'm thinking too heavily on Jim Presley. 250, 293, 426. Big dog. Let's go, Frankie. Big dog. Presley. I'm potentially leaning towards no on Jim Presley now. Looking at his numbers, I'm kind of leaning no now. 3.3 WAR over 6 years. I mean, that's what, half a WAR a season? Had a 118 OPS plus in 85, a 105 OPS plus in 86. You abstain on this one? You're abstaining? What? You take off Gene, you have to let Jim stay. I would say that Gene Segura was a better Mariner than Jim Presley, personally. So, if it comes down to me making this vote, chat, just know I'm gonna say no. So, plan accordingly. Plan accordingly. If it comes down to me, I'm gonna say no. He was one of our top players, but that's not saying much just because, unfortunately, because those teams sucked. The Mariners were bad, so it wasn't necessarily hard to be one of the best players on those Mariners teams, unfortunately. I personally think that Gene had... Yeah, Gene did it over 2 years, Manny, not 7. Not 7. Got 9 votes. 67% of people say goodbye to Jim Presley. We have to... Listen, we have to be tough here. We have to be tough. Jim Presley off the list. Little Joey Cora. Let's see. Little Joey Cora, chat. With the Mariners. 6.4 WAR in 4 years. 293, 355, 406 with a 98 OPS plus. Little Joey Cora. Who made the playoffs? Who was a vocal leader? Dylan Moore was a vocal leader? Cora's known for one play. No. Let's see. Let's see. Like I said, we have to be kind of cutthroat here, chat. We have to be. We don't have a choice. No Joey if Gene is off the list. I think that's a fair statement. Little Joey stays or we riot. Let's see what wins here, chat. Is it nostalgia that's winning? I think nostalgia is winning. Yep. Okay, Joey's staying on the list. Nostalgia won. Nostalgia won, and it kept Joey Cora on this list. John Olerud. You guys made this happen. We have to look at John Olerud now. For the Mariners, John Olerud, 17.1 WAR. I mean, he's staying on the list. He's staying on the list. I'm not even playing. Jose Lopez, chat. Jose Lopez. 7 years, 10.2 WAR. It's pretty solid. 86 OPS plus. Let's see. Start a poll. Lopez. Let me know. Let me know. That helmet alone was legendary. That's true. It's a good point. 60% of people saying no so far. Once we get around 10 votes is when I'll end the poll. So, man, let's see it. Once it crosses 10 votes, I'm ending the poll, chat. See one more. 10 votes. And it ended at 50-50. So it comes down to me, chat. Does Jose Lopez stay on this list? Man, does Jose Lopez stay on this list? 7 years, 10 WAR, 266, 297, 400. Lower than 700 OPS and 86 OPS plus. He was an all-star once. That's pretty cool. I'm taking Jose Lopez off the list, chat. I'm taking Jose Lopez off the list. I'm sorry. Gonna have to go back and select more players. That's right. Well, after Julio Cruz, we'll go see how many we've taken off. Oh, yeah, I mean, John Olerud's a Blue Jay, but still, his time with the Mariners was good. Julio Cruz, 243, 327, 307 with a 634 OPS, 76 OPS plus, a 12.8 WAR in 7 years with the Mariners. We'll go. How we feel about Julio Cruz, chat? Julio Cruz, 75% of people are saying he stays on the list. Julio Cruz. So far, staying on the list. Let's see how many we've taken off so far. So we need to take off. We still need to take off 9 players, chat. 9 players. So. I think I'm gonna agree that Julio Cruz stay. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let's see. Let's see if we get one more vote. If we get one more vote. I don't know if we're gonna get one more vote, chat. I don't know if we're gonna get that one more vote. So I must leave Julio Cruz on. Oh, we got the one more vote anyway. Leaving Julio Cruz on this list. All right. Mark McLemore stays on. Kyle Seager stays on. Right. Naylor, he can't make it yet. He's not there yet. Mike Blowers, chat. I think we were all in agreement that Blow gets to be on here, right? Blow makes this list. 5.9 WAR, 106 OPS plus. I mean, we'll throw a poll up pretty real quick, but especially with his post playing career. Mark McLemore's not worse than Dylan Moore. Dylan Moore was ass. Dylan Moore struck out 30% of the time. I mean, with his broadcasting career after, yeah, Blowers is staying on the list. Okay. Here we go. Richie Sexson. Richie Sexson. With the Mariners, 5.5 WAR in 4 years, 244, 334, 474 with a 114 OPS plus. I keep forgetting the second S. Let me know. No on Richie Sexson. He did hit, 105 home runs in 4 years for the Mariners. It's a lot of home runs. Just because of his commercial. That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. It's so far, it's a winner for the nose, chat. It's a winner for the nose. Any other late votes? Mike Z hit 90 home runs in his office list. It's true. It's completely fair. It's a fair statement. Seven votes, 62. All right, it's been a minute. 8 votes, 9 votes. Okay. One more vote, chat. Give me one more. Do I hear 10 votes? Do I hear a 10th vote coming in? Zunino, Canzone, Zunino. What's the difference? All right, we might be stuck at 9 votes, chat. So we're going to, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. Chat has voted to take Richie Sexson off the list. Robinson Cano, he's on there, 100%. Tino Martinez, I mean, let's see. Tino Martinez. Tino with the Mariners, 6 years, put up a 7.7 WAR, 265, 334, 466 with a 112. I think he pretty firmly stays on this list. Ty France firmly stays on this list. Hendu firmly stays on this list. Goody was one that was close. So we're going to go look at Franklin Gutierrez. All right. Goody. Franklin Gutierrez, chat, let me know. 7 years, 13 WAR, 257, 312, 409 with a 100 OPS plus. 7 years with the Mariners. I love me some Goody, but no. Right now, the yeses are winning. 5 votes. The yeses are ahead. The yeses are currently ahead, chat. Saying for sure on France and not on Gutierrez. Listen. Manny, I know that you like to romanticize like the pre-2010s, maybe even pre-2012 Mariners. Those are some bad baseball teams. Goody was good though. I love Goody, and he's also with the club. 10 votes. Goody is staying on the list. Let's see. Obviously, Junior stays on. Jay Buhner stays on. Julio stays on. Does Senior stay on? Does Senior stay on? Let's see. We have to remove, I think, 9 more names. Senior with the Mariners, 2 years, a 1.2 WAR, 327, 410, 457. He only had 162 at bats in those 2 years. I would be willing to argue that Senior shouldn't be on this list just based on games played alone. If Senior is on this list, then I think Josh Naylor has to be on this list. Thoughts? I think Josh Naylor actually played in more games as a Mariner than Ken Griffey Sr. did. All right, Senior's coming off. Leon Roberts. Here we go. With the Mariners, Leon Roberts, 9.6 WAR in 3 years. A 121. He made Junior. I mean, that's true. A 121 OPS plus. He hit 276, 349, 458. Leon Roberts played in 546 games with the Mariners. So 3 times as much as Ken Griffey Sr. 276, 349, 458 with an 807 OPS. He only hit 47 home runs with the Mariners. 62% of people say no. You got any more votes coming in? Nine votes. And it's a no so far for Leon Roberts. I mean, 3-ish wins a season. A little over 3 wins a season, 3.2. That's how math works, by the way. As soon as it says that this poll's been up for a minute, I'm going to end it. We got to do flash polls. Otherwise, the stream is going to be 7 hours long. We've already been going for, what, 2.5? All right. That's a no. Leon Roberts is off the list, chat. Off the list. Mike Cameron, firmly on this list. Mitch Haniger, firmly on this list. Phil Bradley. Put up 12.8 wins. Hit 301, 382, 449 with a 124. Let me know. Where are we at with Phil Bradley? I wonder what Joe would think of this list. I think that Joe would agree with a lot of this list so far. If you guys want a reaction video to this for Joe, for members, let's get 5 more members and I'll have Joe make a reaction to this. Thoughts? I'm going to give 5 members here really quick. And then I'll have him make a members only reaction to it. To Gage, Yun, Thomas, Orr, and Blender. I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be. No, we won't make it members only. We'll just make it an actual video. We'll just make it an actual video. Doesn't need to be members only, I guess. Okay. Phil Bradley. 57% of people are saying that he stays on the list, chat. That he stays on the list. Comments, questions, concerns on that? You're a no on Raul. Interesting. All right, I'm going to give it 10 more seconds, chat. 10 more seconds, then I'm going to end the poll. $50-50, huh? I'm ending the poll at 50-50. All right, I'm ending the poll at 50-50. I'm dead inside. That means I have to make the final vote, huh? Final vote on Phil Bradley coming from me. Can we get a not Colton reaction? You guys will have to ask him about that. You guys will have to ask Joe. Okay. I am making the final decision on Phil Bradley, and I'm saying yes, he remains on this list. Does Randy Arozarena remain on this list, chat? This will be an interesting one. 2 years with the Mariners. 5 wins. A 124 OPS plus. I think we have to get rid of like 7 more names. I'll look after Randy. He's hit 236, 340, 414. Randy is a stud. Randy is a stud. But has he been a Mariner long enough? Is this a scenario similar to that of like George Kirby and whatnot, where we just need to see more out of Randy? Is this a scenario? At the 55 anniversary, but not for now. We got one more vote out there. One more voter. I'll let it go for another 10 seconds, chat. If we can get one more vote or 10 seconds. %56 of people say yes to Randall Arozarena. 60% say yes. Okay, that's 50. No A-Rod. Okay. Blake. Yes, Randy. Also Blake. No A-Rod. True. Okay. Randy is staying on the list. Randy Wynn, I think, safely is staying on the list. For Deidara's sake, Raul Ibanez. 11 years with the Mariners. A 115 OPS plus. 11 years. Go ahead, chat. It's a long time. 11 years. It's pretty firmly yes so far. Dylan Moore has hardware. It's true, he did win a gold glove. All right. Unequivocally, Raul is staying on the list. Only one person voted no. And that was Manny. Suck it, Manny. All right, Rupert Jones, chat. Rupert Jones. bias aside here that I have for Rupert Jones and my love for Rupert Jones. Bias aside. 3 years, 8.1 wins, 257, 333, 418 with a 105 OPS plus. Shut up, Manny. Let's see. Start poll. Okay. Rupert Jones, bias aside from me, that he was my grandmother's favorite player. Bias aside, where are we at? %62% of people saying no to Rupert Jones so far. Okay, we got a yes vote. We need one more vote, chat. Give me one more vote. Yes for Colton's grandmother. You voted yes on Rupert. I'm keeping my bias for your grandmother. So you're telling me it's 50-50. So it comes down to me. Man. Comes down to me, huh? He's gonna stay on, isn't he? I think that my grandma would be really mad at me if I took Rupert Jones off this list. She loved baseball. She loved baseball. She loved Rupert Jones. And I think that if I took him off this list, she'd haunt me, I think. I think she would haunt me. So I have to leave Rupert Jones on this list. He's staying on. Shout out to the chat and Rupert Jones. Grandma Swanson says thank you. Keep grandma influence, bias, and journalism alive. For the grandma. Let's go, grandma. For grandma. That's right. All right. Tom Pachor. 7.2 WAR. 296, 343, 460 with a 121 OPS plus, chat. Start a poll. Grammy Mojo is ghost voting. She was, too. She was. Shout out, Grandma. Shout out, Grandma. She loved baseball. Let's see. With Tom. It's 7.2 WAR in 4 seasons. I wish there was a way to make Baseball Reference dark mode. I feel like I'm being flashbanged. It's so bright. 403 games with the Mariners. He hit 296, 343, 460 with a 121 OPS plus. Lara, are you buried under snow yet? You guys buried under snow? Let Tom stay. The chat will decide Tom's fate. All right. How the hell do you say his name again? I already forgot. Pachorik. Tom Pachorik. Chat. All right. Come on, guys. Duh. It's Tom Pachorik. You guys don't know that? You guys didn't know that? I'm giving it 10 more seconds, chat. How we feel about Tom Pachorik. 50-50? Are you guys kidding me? Are you guys kidding me? Are you joshing me right now? It's unbelievable, chat. There's still like a foot of snow. That's freaking crazy. We have not gotten a single inch of snow this year. You're so lucky. I'm jealous. 9 votes. All right. Tom is staying on the list. Tom stays on the list. We are on to pitchers now. Let's see how many pitchers we have to take off. We have to take off 6 pitchers, chat. 6 pitchers. So we've gotten rid of 10 players so far. We have to take off 6 pitchers. Andres Munoz. I'm just gonna start the poll. Mooney. Go Hawks, by the way. That's right, go Hawks. We got, what, an hour and a half till game time? You can mail some? Yeah, if you just mail me some snow, that'd be great. Thank you. I personally think that Mooney is very firmly on this list, personally. Victor, yes? No. Mooney stays. 86%. Okay, Mooney staying. Easy. Brian Wu, chat. Brian Wu. What am I doing? Brian Wu. Doctor, what? What old head said no to Mooney? Alright. Brian Wu, 7.1 WAR in 3 seasons with the Mariners. Yeah, Mooney might be number 1 as the best reliever in Mariners history, to be honest with you. Brian Wu has a 1.18 career ERA plus. I should be live for the Hawks game. No, I'm going to go inside and watch with my dad. I'm going to watch the Hawks game with my dad. Wu could be removed. 3 years. Like, has he done enough in those 3 seasons? Has he done enough? You're fine either way with Wu. I think I am too. 10 votes. Well, we got to 10 votes and 60% say yes. So Brian Wu is staying on this list. Okay. Edwin Diaz. I think we can all firmly say that Edwin Diaz remains on this list. Right? Edwin Diaz remains on this list. Eric Hansen. Eric Hansen, 6 years with the Mariners, 16.8 wins. He had a 3.69 ERA with 111 ERA plus. Here we go. Hansen. 111 ERA plus. We'll round it up to 17 wins. 17 wins. Nearly 1,000 innings pitched with the Mariners. It's pretty solid. 83%. Saying yes. 6 votes so far. Does Eric Hansen stay on this list? %75% of people have said yes. 8 votes in. How does that math work? Because that means it's 6-2. Yeah, 6-2. So even 2 more votes wouldn't matter. Okay. Eric Hansen stays on this list. That's how math works, right, chat? Hey, guys, does Felix Hernandez stay on this list? Floyd Bannister, chat. Floyd Bannister. Floyd Bannister with the Mariners. 4 years, 13.1 WAR for Floyd Bannister with a 1.12 ERA plus. Floyd. Let me know. So far, 3 votes for no. Interesting. Okay. We're 50-50 with 8 votes, chat. We're 50-50 with 8 votes. 13.1 WAR, a 3.75 career ERA, 768 innings pitched with a 1.12 ERA plus. Let's get one more vote, chat. It's 50-50. So it comes down to me. Comes down to me, huh? He's looking at me. He's looking at me. I say that Floyd Bannister stays on this list. If Eric Hansen's on this list, Floyd Bannister's on this list. Freddie Garcia is staying. George Kirby. Let's do this again. Is George Kirby a top 50 Seattle Mariner of all time? Career 7.9 WAR over 4 seasons. A career 106 ERA plus. 637 innings pitched. He has been an All-Star. He was Rookie of the Year 6. And he was Cy Young 8. Is George Kirby a top 50 Mariner of all time? His best year, 3.8 WAR, 3.35 ERA. He was an All-Star that year and in the Cy Young race, 190.2 innings. 10 votes. We have 10 votes, and George is staying on this list. All right, chat. Where are we at? We need to get rid of... we have not gotten rid of a single pitcher yet, chat, just so we're clear. Hisashi Wakuma, he stays. JJ Putz. Man. JJ. We've already done one JJ poll. We're going to do another JJ poll. We could always come back if we need to. True. All right. With the Mariners, JJ, 6 years, 8.4 WAR, 3.07 ERA with a 143 ERA plus. It's pretty solid. 67% of people are saying no on JJ Putz, though. If we can get one more vote, I'll call it. I'll call the race. We have yet to get rid of a pitcher. We have to get rid of 6 more players. 07 All-Star himself, it's true. 10 votes. Wow. That one shocks me. JJ Putz off the list in 2026. The goatee is on point. Yeah, not in this picture, unfortunately. That's crazy. That one blows my mind a little bit. Okay. Let's go with James Paxton. James Paxton, 7 years, 10.7 WAR with a 3.42 ERA, a 1.17 ERA plus. He threw a no-hitter for the Seattle Mariners. Paxton. Hey, the tribe has spoken, Dorian. Hey, the tribe has spoken. The tribe has spoken. This is your guys' list. This is not my list. This is your guys' list, not mine. James stays. Big Maple stays. I mean, again, he has one of the few no-hitters in Mariners history. He was here for 7 years, a 3.42 ERA, which is there's 10 votes right there. James Paxton staying. Okay. Jamie Moyer, we all agree, is staying. Jeff Nelson. Jeff Nelson, chat. Did I not end the poll? There we go. With the Mariners, 8 years, 8.3 WAR. Let's see. Nelson. If this isn't your list, can we get your list? I submitted it at one point, like a month ago, 2 months ago. I'd have to go look it up. I don't remember what it was. I just know that I put Daniel Vogelbach on it. Just for the Bone Spurs, yes. Let's get one more vote. Let's get up to 10 votes here. I mean, even if there it is. Jeff Nelson staying on the list, chat. We're running out of room here. Kaz. All right. Kazuhiro Sasaki with the Mariners. 4 years, 3.7 WAR with a 3.14 ERA. He had a 1.38 ERA plus with the Mariners with 129 saves. Arguably one of the best relievers in Mariners history. 67% of people are saying yes to Kaz. I think that makes that. I think that just means that's the majority, chat. So we're going with that. Kaz is staying on the list. Okay. I don't even need to look up the numbers for Logan here, but I can. Getting this. Yeah, we might need to do one more once over on this list. Logan Gilbert. 11.7 WAR for Logan over 5 years. A 3.58 ERA with a 1.07 ERA plus. Obviously, he was hurt last year, but Logan, 10 votes. He's staying on the list. Okay. Now we're going to start a poll. Luis. Luis is next. I disagree, Dorian. I disagree. All right, Luis Castillo's numbers with the Mariners. 8 WAR. Obviously, in 4 years, or kind of like more 3.5 years, with the Mariners. A 1.10 ERA plus. An ERA of 3.46. I personally think that Luis stays. Personally. That we have more than enough votes just to call it. So Luis is staying on the list. Hey, it's your guys' list, man. I don't know. It's your guys' list. Mark Langston. For the Mariners. 6 years, 19. Well, yeah, we're not even going to look at Mark Langston. He's staying on the list. Randy's staying on the list. Chat, we may have to make some tough choices here. All right? We may have to make some tough choices on the hyphen. Now, again, this isn't just how they were as a player. This is what they've done ever since as well. And, like, if they've been good for the community and, you know, Ryan Roland Smith. His numbers with the Mariners, chat. He put up a .9 WAR. A 4.57 ERA. Listen, a 91 ERA plus. I love hyphen. I do. I don't know if we can keep him on this list. Now, again, talking about what he's done outside of baseball is one thing. He's fantastic. Ever since he's been in the booth, he was part of Brute Sports. He was fantastic. On the field, though, I don't think that we can put him in this list. I love hyphen, I do, but I agree with the chat. He has to come off this list, which makes me very sad. But Ryan Roland Smith, officially off the list. But I have a very special place for him in my heart. Very special place for Ryan Roland Smith in my heart. Shiggy. Let's go back on Shiggy. Shiggy, 4 years, 4.9 WAR, a 3.46 ERA with a 1.25 ERA plus on Shigetoshi Hasegawa. Where are we at on Shiggy, chat? 50-50? It's too close to call. 10 votes, 50-50. You guys are leaving it on me, huh? You guys are leaving this on me? He wasn't the closer. He only had 17 saves in his career. He only pitched 278 innings. Which, of course, he's a reliever, so that makes sense. But a 1.25 ERA plus. I think I gotta leave Shigetoshi Hasegawa on the list, chat. I have to. And then the bartender, Tom Wilhelmsen. Tom Wilhelmsen. Where are we at with Tom Wilhelmsen? Bartender. 6 years, 5.8 WAR, 68 saves with a 3.01 ERA, and an ERA plus also of 125, just like Shigetoshi Hasegawa. %83 of people saying no on the bartender, huh? No love for the relievers. No love for the... JJ Putt's off the list, man. Ryan Roland Smith off the list. We could be seeing the bartender off the list. No love, huh? It's tough. 7 votes. I think that clears it. 7 votes. All right, chat. We have to get rid of 3 players. I will go back to the top. We have to get rid of 3 more players. Cal, Dan Wilson, they stay on. We're doing quick polls. Ken Phelps. Is Ken Phelps staying on? Obviously, Edgar and Nelly are on. Ken Phelps, be quick, be quick, be quick. Let me know. I'm hitting the end poll button when we get to 5 votes at this point. Maybe not. 10 votes. People are getting in there. 10 votes. No on Ken Phelps. We have to remove 3 people from this list. Is Ken Phelps one of them? 1 more vote. Can we get to 10 votes? I don't know if we can get to 10 votes. No to Ken Phelps. All right, there's 10 votes. Ken Phelps officially off the list, chat. RIP. RIP Ken Phelps. All right, we need to get rid of 2 more people. 2 more people. Let's go Beltre. Had 21 WAR with the Mariners. .21 WAR with the Mariners, Adrian Beltre. Is he staying on this list? Adrian Beltre, 100% so far for 5 votes. Good enough for me. Adrian Beltre stays on the list. All right. This is one of the ones that's been the most controversial. Eugenio Suarez, should he stay on this list? Should Gino stay on this list? It's the 3rd time we've had a Gino vote. And he's passed all 3 times. Your vote's to remove Luis and Shiggy, huh? Okay. Does Gino stay on this list, chat? 1 more vote. 1 more vote. If there's 1 more no vote, then he is off the list. $11 votes. 11 votes. Keeps Gino on the list. Gino stays on this list. Goodness. You know who we haven't had a vote for at all? We haven't had a vote for JP at all. Which is interesting. Because I think that he is probably the 2nd best shortstop in Mariners history. But, I mean, he's put up 22 WAR. You know what I mean? He's put up 21 WAR with the Mariners. Like, it shouldn't even be a question if JP is one of the best Mariners of all time. 21 WAR is solid. 250, 341, 369 with a 710, with a 104 OPS plus. Yeah, I mean, JP's been pretty solid. He hasn't necessarily been his 2023 self, but yeah, JP stays on this list. Okay. Joey Cora. Joey Cora. With the Mariners. 4 years, 6.4 WAR. 97 OPS plus. 5 votes. A lot of no's for Joey. I mean, we do still have to get rid of 2 players. We do have to still get rid of 2 players, so I think 7 votes. I think that seals it, right? Yeah, I think Joey's off the list. It's my mom. He was my mom's favorite player. She felt bad for him when he cried. All right. How about Julio Cruz? We'll do Julio Cruz again. Julio Cruz. Let's look up his numbers one more time. Julio Cruz with the Mariners, chat. 7 years, 12.8 WAR. He had a 76 OPS plus. He had 243, 327, 307 with 17 home runs in those 7 years. He was your mom's favorite too. Let's go. Julio Cruz, I mean, 12 point. He has the years. He's here for 7 years. Sorry, I'm late. Can you start over? No, Ian. It's been going for literally 3 hours now. It's my nap time. I wanted to take a nap before the Seahawks game. I'm tired. All right, we need one more vote. Does Julio Cruz stay on this list? Also, Ian, I appreciate the 2 years, brother. Let's go. 2 years from Ian. What a legend. Shout out, Ian. Does Julio Cruz stay on this list? One more vote, chat, please. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Someone got it in at the last second and made it 50-50. Son of a... All right, so it comes down to me. Does Julio Cruz stay on this list for me? He does not. Julio Cruz off the list, which I Bleav brings us to 50 out of 50 players. So let's recap, chat. We did it. We did it, by the way. Predict the score tonight. I'm going to say 27 to 21 Hawks. Thoughts? 27 to 21 Hawks. All right, a quick recap, chat. Cal Raleigh and Dan Wilson are our top 50 players in Mariners history. Edgar Martinez and Nelson Cruz, pretty good so far. Adrian Beltre, Alex Rodriguez, Alvin Davis, and Brett Boone are all top 50 players. Eugenio Suarez stays on the list, as does Harold Reynolds and J.P. Crawford. John Olerud remains on this list. Kyle Seager remains on this list. Mark McLemore remains on this list. Mike Blowers, Robinson Cano, Ty France, and Tino Martinez. Dave Henderson and Franklin Gutierrez. Ichiro Suzuki, Julio Rodriguez, Jay Buhner, Ken Griffey Jr., Mike Cameron, Mitch Haniger, Randy Wynn, Randy Rosarena, and Phil Bradley. Raul Ibanez, Rupert Jones, and Tom Pachorik. And then for the pitchers, Andres Munoz, Brian Wu, Edwin Diaz, Eric Hansen, Felix Hernandez, Floyd Bannister, Freddie Garcia, George Kirby, Hisashi Iwakuma, James Paxton, Jamie Moyer, Jeff Nelson, Kazuhiro Sasaki, Logan Gilbert and Luis Castillo, Mark Langston, Randy Johnson, and Shigetoshi Hasagawa. Those are the top 50 Mariners as voted on by the Mariner Mojo chat. Top 50 Mariners. We'll try to get a video out of Joe's reaction to this list. I'm going to submit this list, just so you guys are clear. I'm going to submit this list. So, you know, we're going to do it. But, with that being said, chat, it's about time to get ready for the Hawks game. I appreciate all you guys for being here for this little random stream on a Saturday. I know there's still nothing going on for the Mariners. I just wanted to get in here and be able to talk with you guys. But we'll get a Joe reaction up whenever we can, and we'll post that. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Go Hawks tonight. Fingers crossed for tonight. And I will catch you guys hopefully sooner rather than later. All right? Hopefully the Mariners make a move at some point. But appreciate it. See you later.